morning.
Morning.
It is like really early in the morning. Well, no, there's a lot of people on the road and all. Like I know Remy's at work. I know Marie-Laine's on her way to work. But I think morning means when our eyes and our brain are awake. Like
Ish.
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 So I somewhat have to function when the kids are there. So my like a couple of brain cell works and before coffee, which I literally find illegal, but I cannot complain to anyone running on coffee and Jesus. Yeah, I should make my cup. Like this is a cup I bought at the Eastern Ontario Conference. I should make my cup. I am fueled by coffee. My sticker, coffee and seed. No coffee. There's 3 words.
Do I have that one? No, I don't have that.
Wait. Hold on. Okay, so it just proves my mind's not awakened yet. I don't even know my own sticker. Come on, and it's my favorite sticker. I should really do that mug. Me. I am fueled by seeds, tomatoes, and coffee. I should have known that.
Seeds, tomatoes, and coffee. Yeah.
Come on. Let me show it to you guys. Yeah, this one. Right.
Yep, I remember that.
I should do that on a cup because everyone calls me the tomato lady. So
Yeah. Yes. Well, how many tomato plants did you do last year? 3 digits, right?
Yeah. 165.
Yeah, you might have a thing for tomatoes. It just,
Yeah, well, to be honest, I changed my plans of my garden last minute and I kind of squeezed in 20 something tomato plants because I couldn't sell them. No one wanted them. And someone told me they were going to take 12 plants and ended up changing his mind. So I did not want to sacrifice tomato plants. So
yeah.
I kind of moved around certain things and planted all of that. And then I had leftovers. So come on, I can't sacrifice tomato plants.
Right.
But the lesson I did learn from that is it's not quality. No, so quantity does not necessarily mean quantity. So I had all these plants and I only had 300 and some pounds of tomatoes. So technically I should have gotten close to 800 pounds, but because of neglect and
just about 2 pounds a plant.
Yeah. So I lost an average. You always lose an average of 10%. Always.
I just did math in the morning.
Well, that was easy. So you always lose about 10%. Always, like between like garlic. If you lose about 10%, it's good. If you lose close to 30%, there's something going on. So either your seeds were rotten or the quality of the seeds were like, or it rained way too much and rot happened. Yeah, math and coffee, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But in tomato plants, I lost to root maggots about 10 plants. And then some of the plants I planted, I should have just sacrificed, but I planted it anyway. So I would say I was closer to 150-ish plants. And it was the first time I had root maggots last year. I just got your message. Hi. So who's here? So hello, Marina. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I'm gonna take out my phone.
Affaire 10 abonnement et bateau basic homestead. Is that French?
Yes.
Math and French before 9 o'clock. I rock.
Yeah, pretty much. Hold
That
on.
French guy's got a speech in he don't talk right.
You should count to 5.
Oh man, now we're pushing it.
Now we're pushing. Okay, hold on. I can't even find my video. Why can't I find my video? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. So let me see. Okay, so Ecocentric Homestead was gifted 1. Roger Cormier, another. Life in the Valley, that's 3. Jody Swanson, that's 4. It's the Marshmallow Man, 5. Northern Berlin Acres, 6. Fishman. Oh, where did it go? Zoot.
Jody Swanson.
Hold
I
on.
think I might have went to school with a Jody Swanson.
Okay, so Ecocentric, Roger, Life in the Valley, Jody Swanson. It's the Marshmallow Man, Northern Berlin. So that's 6. Fishman, 506. 7. Remy Arsenault, 8. Marilyn, you gifted yourself 1. And Michel Tissier. So all of them were claimed.
Sweet.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, who do I miss? So hello, Thor. Are you working today? Or you're hardly working from home? A little frosty. Yes, so this morning it was chilly. It was minus 13 without the windshield. So it must have been a chilly morning where you guys are. I'm only showing my new seeds, Annie. So there's a little bit of tomatoes, just a little. You know, I have to keep my name. No, it is a little. Coffee and seeds. Yes. Good morning, Lynn. Math, I need more coffee. Yes, definitely. Lynn, I have to take 1 second to congratulate you. 20,000 subscribers. Woohoo! I am so happy for you. Like, you deserve this so much.
Remember, like, just, I don't know, a couple months ago, back when you were at like 3,000 subscribers, and we asked, Lynn, will you remember us when you make it to the big time? And you said, sure. Well, this is when we were talking about.
No, actually, I remember a little bit further than that. So me and Lynn were head to head, 1,000 subscribers. She got monetized a couple of months before me. And this lovely lady went from 1,000 subscribers to I want to quit to 10,000 and now 20,000. So
silver play button in your future.
So if you're watching this on replay or you're on the fence of becoming a content creator, I hope this little tiny story of Lynn, well, actually, this is a story about everyone. We go through this probably on a weekly basis. Like, we want to quit. It's a lot of work. We get more shadow than light.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know why in this world people love shadow. They don't like the light. And you are proving everyone that it is possible, like, to speak your love language and get it out there.
Yep.
Who did I miss? Hello, Tramplin Acres. Ooh, I love sunflowers. Can you tell? So working from home today. Okay, so working from home or hardly working from home? Or working from home?
Well, I clocked in and then came over here, you know.
Yeah, I'm just teasing. I know you're working. It's been chilly here, but double digits Celsius next week. That's what's dangerous. I know, eh? I think I have 4 or 5 varieties of tomatoes that I got. Morning, Remy. Yeah, the hacking thing. I know. That thing really scared me, and I think scared a lot of us in our circle. Like, that night when I found out, sadly, that happened to you, the first thing I went to my husband, I'm like, can you tell me if my account is secure enough? Because I poured my heart and soul,
Yeah.
probably a bit of mental health in YouTube. I don't want this to happen to any of us. And anything he told me, if anyone was asking me questions and I was able to answer them, I just share the knowledge. And all of us like secured or channeled so much. But we're not, I don't think we're like 100% safe from trolling and hacking.
No, the double security
Security. Yeah,
where they have
that
to
thing
call
I
you and
did.
send you a code, that helps.
Yeah. And I've been so picky at who I actually do. What do you call it? Like they send you stuff.
Oh yeah.
How do you call that?
Uh, oh, good grief. The sponsors.
Yes. So
Sponsorship.
I'm like super, 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 super careful who I choose.
Well,
But
yeah,
if
and
I
it's like
had put
if I
true,
get a sponsorship letter from Lehman's, I will contact Lehman's customer service and
yes.
ask them if they
Can you
accept me.
imagine being approached by Lehman?
Oh,
I think. Well, I don't have Lehman, but I think I would do like the little dance, like happy dance, and like
right?
woohoo! That would be awesome.
That would be huge.
So my favorite flower. Hope let's see if Google or Alexa is listening. My favorite flower is sunflower, not roses. I got a new
Okay,
sunflower seed.
I just ordered you 10 dozen red long stem roses.
Yeah, I need this year. I forgot to order cut flowers, sunflower cut flowers, because I usually do like a huge bed of cut flower sunflowers because they don't have that much pollen in them and I can bring them inside. But I forgot to order them, so I might have to do another seed order. Oops. Benefits of 3 screens. Awesome. So no math, no French, and nothing that requires like too much brain work, right? We're good. At work and busy like crazy, so no worries. No worries. I had a double security, but I didn't get the warning because the hackers. Oh,
Oh yeah, I do the phone call because they can hack your email, but I don't think they'll hack your phone. I don't know.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
know. So, Candy Mountain sunflowers. I don't know that variety, so I'm gonna have to write this down. Candy Mountain. And where do you get that? Being in Canada, sometimes I'm limited. There's like seeds I wanted that is only available to cross the border on certain seed places. So there are certain seeds that cannot cross the border. So like tomato seeds and pepper seeds. There's some companies like West Coast Seeds. There's some pepper seeds that are not allowed to cross. Some peppers are. I have no idea why. But it is written like in fine prints. Something same thing with Johnny seed. So there are some that in the fine prints, if you go all the way down, it is available for us to select. But since we have a Canadian address, we will not be able to receive it. So sometimes I go like, good. Annie, where can I get cut sunflowers? Okay, so the first time I ordered them was at Vizzy Seeds. That's a Canadian company. The second time I ordered, I forgot. But I know Vizzy has some. And they have beautiful ones.
Now, what is the difference between just a regular sunflower and a cut sunflower?
Okay, so the seeds are hybrids. So the seeds you will collect from them are parent A or parent B. You will never get that actual sunflower. So you can't collect. Well, you could collect the seed. It's just you're going to get something totally different. And from what I've read, there's less pollen within the flower. Therefore, it makes it a cut flower.
Okay. Because I always thought it meant like for putting in a bouquet.
Yes, well, cut flowers, that's what it means. So
Oh, okay.
I was looking into doing a course this year, but like with everything going on, I think I'm going to wait for next year to learn about cut flowers, because there's a lot of farmers to make money on their homestead that they convert part of their farms for cut flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want to somewhat make an income, I love flowers, like sunflowers, nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are not very cut flowers, but like zinnias. There was a couple that I already grow, so I wanted to master a little bit this year certain flowers into like maybe like a long term 2 to 3 years. Maybe take the course down the road. It's something that's just a couple of weeks, and I could do it over the colder months. But cut flowers is really like something that's taking a lot of value. But I don't know if in my location is something that's popular. So I will also have to do some research. Hello. How are you?
Life in the valley.
Thomas. Let me see if my memory's right. Thomas, right? I think so. So, Lynn, I have a coupon code for Vizzy. Message me and I'll send it to you. I'm guessing you're saying you're well?
No, up above he said, "Hey everyone, hope all," and then
Oh, as well.
yeah,
Okay, so who's having coffee this morning? Okay, so let's see. There's 8 people here. Is anyone else having coffee? I know.
coffee.
Okay, great, because I have 4 packs in my car. Okay, so you have to message me. I have especially at this time in the morning, I have a fish brain, so I have to take notes. Like my notes have lists, and my lists have notes, and vice versa. um, Wake up at 6 a.m. So you can imagine coffee went down. Oh yeah. Well, I'm up about at the same time. Well, you're 7. My 5:50 is your 6:50. So it's almost the same.
Yeah.
And like I procrastinate for like at least 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, it's too cold. And then if it's not too cold, it's too warm. Or no, I'm too comfortable. Oh, my pillow's not letting me wake up.
Mine is the light. Because I'm off grid, I'll wake up, and if I open my eyes and look out the window, and if it's dark outside, I'll snooze.
Yeah.
And
Well, you don't
then
have 3. You don't have 3 monsters to send to
that's
school.
true. That's true.
And I have to walk outside. So Cedric's driver is in a minivan. He does not tie the kids. He does not take the responsibility to tie the kids in the minivan. So I have to dress up, somewhat look put together because I face another human being. Tie Cedric in the truck, verify that because he's still in a little booster. So I have to verify that all the harnesses are placed well, and then he's off. So I come back inside, and then 20 minutes later, I have to walk Philip to school. So that means I still have to dress up, and I face another human being in the bus. So I walk Philip to the bus stop, which is down the road, 5 minutes from my house. And then I come back home and then walk my daughter to school because she's like, Mommy, you walk the 2 boys to bus. Like, you have to walk me to school. So I get dressed, and now I have to face 5 teenagers and like really look like my coffee brain is like functioning and have a conversation with all these little kiddos, and then walk to school and come back home. Like just that exercise every morning without coffee is like, oh. So I try to squeeze in like a couple of sips between all that craziness. Third. Okay, awesome. So who's team sugar? Who puts sugar in their coffee?
Well, I am not sweet enough on my own.
Let's see who's team sugar. And my second coffee have a Mons. Wait, where did I come and go? And on my second coffee have a Monster.
It's an energy drink.
Wait a minute. So you have two coffees, and then you have an energy drink.
Not planning on sitting still today, are you?
I would run around the house like 20 times. Okay, so I'm still on my, like I just finished my last sip of my first one. I had to reheat it a couple of times. I'm on my second cup of tea. So do you put honey in your tea? Let's see, well, sugar, honey. I love what Lynn says. That's facing way too many humans too early. Yes, I agree. But, I'm a mom, so I have no choice. Sorry for the delay. I bought them at Burpee. So Burpee, there is a Canadian website. Awesome. Okay, so I'll check that out. No worries if you're late. So that was referring to the Candy Mountain sunflowers. I had to get out of bed this a.m. and get dressed right away. Fire went out. It was chilly. Yes. So heating your house with wood. This is something, the dark side of heating your house with wood. And I love it when I see people sharing the good, the bad, and ugly about fires. So everyone thinks having a fire in their home is super romantic. Yes, it is. Like you can cozy up, it's warming, the fire flames, you can read a book, you can get hypnotized by that. But there's a darker side. So you need to haul wood inside because there's snow outside. And then, not only that, you need to do kindling. So that means you have to use the axe to split those little kindlings and collect. There's people that does starters with paper. Some do it when they buy the starter. So you have to somewhat do a starter. Then you have to either cut and season your next year's wood during now up till next year. So it's an ongoing project. And then you have all that debris.
Yeah, the
On your
sawdust, wood
floor.
chips, the
No, I
bark.
mean inside the house.
Yeah,
So
inside the house. Yeah.
yeah, and then at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, you don't have a secondary heat source. Yeah. So if it's minus 20 degrees Celsius, I don't know what's minus 20 for you, but it is really cold here. In the middle of the night, you are woken up by like this chill that you have to go up, get dressed, because when you're going to walk out of those covers, you're going to, it's going to be super cold, and then feed it again.
I've gotten to the point where I load it right up overnight, shut it right down, and in the morning there's usually a small clump of coals there.
Yeah.
And then I'll go outside, because when Wendy was alive, I would fill the racks, but now I just bring in an armload of wood in first thing in the morning, and then you got to get it started. You still got to basically opening the door and putting on some wood. It'll start itself. But
my dad, when he used to heat with a wood burning stove, he would fill it like to max capacity, and then he would be the tropics from like 9 p.m. to like 12 p.m. And then from 1 to like 3 a.m., it was like somewhat okay. And then at 3 a.m., that's where like it would like drop. And then at 6, you would go like super cold. So like you would go from tropics to Canada like within one night.
Yeah. I've had
so that's like the whole darkness of wood burning stuff. But if I could choose between wood and gas, because I have a gas stove, so I have all that romantic part of it, but I don't have the negative part of it. But I do have to get it filled at least 3 times during the year. Mm-hmm. So I use it 50% of my heating source. The other 50% is electric. But I would love to have a wood burning stove. Mm-hmm. But it would kind of like I wouldn't be able to have a wood burning stove here unless like we fix so many problems.
Yeah.
Like I would do it like in a cabin or like a brand new build.
Well, see, I've got 20 acres of hardwoods, so it just makes sense for me, because all I'm putting into it is gas and energy.
Yeah. Well,
to,
Fred used to do this because we had a wood burning stove in the chicken coop, and he would respond to ads, free wood,
mhm,
come cut it down. So he went and he picked up 4 trees. He had to bring the tree down, obviously.
mhm.
And we got a couple of cords out of that. So it cost him gas, his time. And at the time, we had a wood splitter that broke on us. So we have to fix it, and we're going to continue doing that. So the wood is free. It cost us our time and gas, obviously, because we don't have an electric chainsaw. So Remy's team sugar, awesome. Had to answer somebody's question at work. No worries, no worries. I drink 4 cream, 4 sugars. I used to do that. Now I'm double. 2 cream, 2 sugars. I can't do milk. I tried doing milk. I just can't do milk. No, wait. I can do milk if I do that. You know, when you take warm milk and you frother it?
Froth
It's
it?
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take like milk and do that. I prefer cream. If there's things I need to change in my diet, you don't touch my coffee. Like I'm going to do double and I'm going to put honey in my tea. You don't touch that. That's like there's things that you're not allowed to touch and
Yep.
that's it. I don't smoke, so I should be allowed to have my 2 coffees a day. Cardiac arrest. Yes, definitely. Sugar. Well, I do cane sugar, but still it's sugar. It's true. You like your coffee black as death, like my soul, unless I'm having Starbucks or Timmy's.
Oh.
Oh, I can't have, if I have more than 2 coffees, I'm not going to sleep, that's for sure. But you're young. When I was young, I probably would be able to drink more coffee. Now my body's like, hey, we're like, wake up. You're old. You can't have that much caffeine.
And after 2 or 3 cups, it's like 2 or 3 trips to the bathroom.
Yes. Not to mention the bathroom. 1 sugar sometimes with cream, sometimes black, depends. Ooh, okay, so you're not like always. Okay, so I got some like I don't know if I shared this live. I want to go. I need to go. Like it's almost the only vacation I have from the homestead because I was planning to go at least an overnight or 2 nights. But I got the answer from the insurance for my daughter's mouth treatment, and my insurance doesn't cover it
Oh no.
at all, zero. And I'm waiting for the extraction. She has 2 teeth that needs to be extracted, and just that's another like chunk of money, and I don't have the answer yet. So, and my husband needs a root
Yeah.
canal.
How's his? Have you guys figured that out yet? Or
So we finally had an answer. So that he went to the dentist, an emergency appointment, and so his tooth is dying. So he either needs to remove it or root canal. So that was our options. And then the dentist was away, so he looked at the x-rays, called him like during the next week, and he says your tooth could go through a root canal. I only suggest the root canal because it's 3 molars you have in the back. So it's his middle molar. So if he removes it, he's going to have like this gigantic hole and all the food's going to get stuck in it and he's going to have more complications. So he's like, I suggest to do a root canal. But it's like, it's a small root canal, so it's not going to be that expensive. So I'm like, we don't have the same.
yeah,
It's not going to be that expensive expression. But anyway, so our insurance will cover 40 or 50% of that cost. So at least I don't have to dish out. And my husband has found a way somewhat to pay for it. So I shared this. You know the drums that I play, the instruments, the tank drums? So the person that sold them to me needs people to build them. And my husband is an excellent welding Welder?
Mhm.
Is that how you say it? Welder?
Yeah.
So the rough part of the tank drum needs welding. So Fred is now assisting him.
Nice.
So he's building drums for this gentleman and making like it's he's gonna somewhat work to get his tooth fixed. But I still need to find finances over the next 12 months to pay for my daughter's procedure, which is like 3 times more expensive than his root canal. So
Yeah.
that's
How
gonna be
how
another
much
story.
how much would you need to pay for your trip to the conference?
So we're working with, uh, like there's a card that you use for gas that gives you points.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to max that card. It's every time you put like 10 liters of gas, you get 10 cents worth of gas. So he's using those cards, and we're hoping to get enough gas for me to go there and come back. So it's 3 hours to go, 3 hours to come back. So that's one. So I need him to cover 2 tanks of gas.
Okay, and how?
And
So if you
then,
had to put a dollar amount, I mean, because you're gonna want to buy like coffee cups too.
no, well, I'm going to bring everything. So food wise, I'm going to bring all my snacks, all my water, like to save money, obviously, because I don't want to spend that much. There's probably going to be like 2 meals I'm going to buy on the road, like go and come back, coffee, like you said, but like the rest I'm going to bring. So it's going to be at least of it, and I have to get my car fixed. There's
Ooh,
one reparation, so it's at least after all of that, like 500, like with the
500.
reparation. Because I'm not a mechanic, but the piece that holds my tire is starting to get loose, and because it's loose is the tire usage when the wheel rolls, it uses more my tire than the 3 other wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So we just put on a new sets of wheels, and I don't drive that much. Like I just go to the store and I come back. But if I was to work on a daily basic and do like 50 kilometers every day, the usage of the tire, I would always have 3 tires that are good, and every year I would have to change that tire. But the
Oh,
kilometers I'm going to be doing is going to be like 1,000 kilometers, like to go to come back over there, blah blah blah. It's probably between 500 and 1,000 kilometers. So I really want to get that fixed before I get on the road. Like the last thing I want is to get stuck in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone um, signal and need help. That's the last
yeah,
thing I want. So
right.
I'm like saving up for that, but I really, 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 really want to go. So
So you
that
guys, she does have super chats activated.
yes, I do. But
You
not
want to?
it's not just for that, but yes, I do.
Well, yeah, I know. You're
In my heart, I want to go because I only get to see you guys in real life
yeah.
once a year. So, but like life happens. So if I can't go, well, then my heart's going to be broken. But I'm going to do everything in my power to go. Uh, pellet stove. Yes, my husband wanted that upstairs, but the
They're
project never
they're
got there.
nice. My thing with a pellet stove, and you can get a thing that where you make your own pellets. But that was always my thing. Then you're stuck with buying from the market from the pellets,
Yeah,
and that to me just makes if you're gonna go with a wood heat, because that's wood heat. Wood heat. There's nothing like walking in after being out in 15 below Celsius weather and come into a nice warm fire.
of course.
Um,
Like I love that, like that warmth that just
yeah, and
that
a
just
pellet stove will give you that.
yeah,
The problem is you have to buy, which a lot of people have to buy wood too. So
yeah.
it's
Well, wood is
one of
getting
them.
expensive. We
Yeah.
used to buy a regular cord of wood. The last time we bought it, not the front size one, like the full cord, was $63 a cord.
Wow, a face cord. Wow. I
No, no,
bought
not a face cord, a full cord, like a cord of
oh,
wood.
that's
We,
divided
okay,
by
I'm talking like 25 years ago.
right.
So now I think it's like 150 a cord.
The
Oh no,
last
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
the last time I bought wood when we lived in Port Lyden, I paid $500, $575 for 18 cord, 18 to 20 face cord of logs. So I still had to cut it myself.
Which is more in the end.
Right. I
Okay,
mean, not a whole lot, but because
I can't remember. I know that we would order 5 cords of wood, and we would last the entire 7 cords of wood, and we would last the entire winter. But we would supplement with, so the house was maintained by electrical,
mm-hmm.
and then the wood burning stove would like make it more comfortable.
Yeah.
Let me just catch up on comments because there's like some that are 20 minutes old. It's romantic if you're not the one who takes care of the wood stove. Yes, you're absolutely right. My grandparents' house, we have a big door to dump wood in the basement with a tractor. That, good job, because I remember we had to cord wood up a hill, so we had to go like little hill. So we had to throw it up. Let me rephrase that. So we get a dump in my driveway, but not really, really close to where the area we would stack the wood. So we would have to put it in a wheelbarrow. And then from there, we had that little hill that was like maybe 6 feet long, but it was a hill. So we had to take our wind and like go up the hill and then put that on the floor and then stack the wood. That was stacking the wood. Then we had to throw the wood down that hill and then take that from the ground and stack it inside the house at least once or twice a month. I was like, way stupid. That is like brains. That's awesome. That's like really awesome. Props to him or her, whoever designed this. Or you could live in Quebec City where they are working to ban wood stove.
Or New York.
They already limit the days you can use it. Yeah. So when I was on the island of Montreal, they were banning wood burning stove. Like that was like way back. So if you're on the island of Montreal, if you don't put a special filter that is approved by I don't know who, because I'm no longer on the island of Montreal, you were not allowed to use your wood burning stove.
And that's crazy because they have like in my wood stove it's 80% efficiency in burning. It's got pipes that run across the top that allow oxygen in through these little pinholes that burn the gases. So the smoke I'm putting out isn't very toxic at all. I mean,
well, I know they're giving a hard time to city folks. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'll give up my wood stove when they give up their jets.
I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of like politics because I got slapped in the face once. So, but I do understand. I do understand the frustration.
I'm still sorry about that. But.
No. It's okay. I think if I would have said it, regardless, I was going to get flagged. Burning wood is a lot of work. It seems to give off a different kind of heat versus forced air. Definitely. I find that the heat from a wood burning stove is definitely different than electric. And gas is also way different than electric. So I find that electric only, because my previous home was only electric, it's super dry. It's super, super dry. And like you need so many things. So in my condo, I had filters to, what do you call it in English? It was a device to clean up your air And then I had
Like
something.
a humidifier. You'd have an air filter and a humidifier.
Yeah, something like that. So it was like air controller from
Hmm.
within my apartment, and then I had filters on my air conditioning. And we had to clean. We had like a cleaning regimen that we had to follow, and they're always like super, 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 super dirty. Not because we were smokers, not because we had 20 dogs. It's just it was that. And then when we
Yeah.
moved to the house, which we had a wood burning stove and electric, and we had the same filters that we had on our previous home, which is on the air conditioning unit. We didn't have that.
Uh, there's something about wood because you have the draft where the fire heats up the pipe and that sucks the hot air out of the pipe, but that's drawing cooler air into the stove. So any little crack, it's hard nowadays because we tighten our houses so much that you don't get a lot of drafts. But
Isn't that
any
a good
little,
thing?
not really, not really, because with my wood stove, it sucks in any cold air and it circulates the air. And if there is air that comes in from outside, it gives you fresh air. Basically, it circulates the air in
Okay.
your house.
That notion is like super unknown to me. Probably Fred knows all of this, but like I'm not very familiar. Their houses in my house both have propane backups, though mine furnace is just not on. I don't have a furnace, so the furnace was removed from our home. We used to have a furnace that was oil, and I'm super, super happy that the previous owner removed it because condemning that would have been like a nightmare.
Mhm.
We have three wood. Okay, I'm going to catch up. We have three wood stoves, but want to get replace one with a wood cook stove. I would love that. Got
Those are
quoted 8,000 for a stove. I know it's super, super expensive,
super
but
super worth it.
oh god, I could cook on my propane heater stove. Sorry, let me rephrase that. So I use a propane stove in my kitchen, and I have a propane heater, which is a fireplace, decorative fireplace. But it becomes warm enough that I could probably bake bread on it because there's like a top part. Boiling water, I don't think so. But if I have lack of electricity, I just need to use a lighter and the stove will work. So I can still boil water and get coffee and like the most important
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
How do they police when you use it? I cannot. Yeah, true. We have more of a wood furnace in the cabin. In the big house, usually you get around 12 hours. Oh, that's nice. David and I have to be realistic. Cutting, stacking wood is physical, and we have to think. Yeah. So when I was young, this was like my job. So my parents when I was born, they were in their 30s. So they were in their early 50s when I was a teen. So me and my sisters my dad would do part of the work, but me and my sisters were the one that did most of the labor.
yeah,
And
same at my house.
I can tell you that the older my parents got, the more I would get involved. And it was non-negotiable. My
Yeah,
dad was like, not, oh, could you help? No. He's like, you're helping us this weekend. I'm receiving 7 cords of wood.
that
I do.
pile in that basement,
Yeah.
stacked and ready
Yeah.
before dinner.
Well,
Go.
it was a whole day. So what we used to do is we were smart. We would invite our friends. So I would invite a couple of my friends over, and we would do, instead of using the wheelbarrow to go over the little hill, we would spread arms apart and we would just have 2, 3 logs and just like
Throw it. Yeah.
not throw it. We would just
Oh,
give it
pass it.
over.
Yeah.
So we would not have to bend over. So the only thing we were doing was like from side to side instead of bending down, going up,
Yeah.
pushing, and like really physical. So by the last year that my dad ordered wood, when we got in the house that night, because it's a whole day of work,
Yeah.
we were not that exhausted because we had the manpower. But when we were just us five, my mom would quit. Like, she has like
So
tendonitis
yeah,
in
yeah.
her elbow and in her shoulders, so she
Mm.
couldn't do it. So she helped out a little bit. So it was my sisters, the three of us, plus my dad. So the four of us would stack all those cords of wood. I can tell you that night we would fall asleep like by 7.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like
Trevor and I, well, Pa cut it. Trevor was running a wood splitter, and then I was stacking it and I'd put it on the wood splitter, then stack it and stuff. We did 10 face cord in one day.
it is a
And
lot of work.
that was a lot of
But the
work.
thing
But
is, like I said earlier, that's just part of the work.
yeah,
If you harvest and do your own wood, that's like an ongoing thing. You need to bring wood down and then process that tree, cut it into like little sections, and then let it dry. Once it's
yeah.
dried, that's when you use the wood splitter or an axe to separate it and like make it for your, it's like a long going process, year long.
Oh yeah, all year long you're thinking of wood. How much wood do I have to last me the rest of the winter? How much for next? Like I have 2 piles of logs right now that I haven't been able to get to with the tractor because the ground's been so wet because it's been so
And mud
warm.
season is like on and off.
Yeah, and I need to get it cut up so it'll dry faster because that's next year's wood.
Yeah. For the greenhouse, I'm just going to burn slabs off the sawmill. I have too
Mm.
much sabwood. So I saw someone that used to do this. So there are places that cut woods and what's called live edge
Mm-hmm.
here where well, it's about an hour from our house, but we can buy a bundle of live edge for $40. They're 16 feet long. Some of them are 14 feet, some of them are 10 feet, like it depends. So we bought the 16 feet long bundle, 2 bundles, so it was $80. And that's how I did some of my fencing because it was like decorative,
Mm-hmm.
some of my raised beds. But people use that for either kindling or for
Yeah,
they just section it and use it
buck it up.
as wood, which is great. It's a great idea if you can't afford um, to buy all that wood. It's a good way to start.
Yeah.
I cut off caffeine tea at 3, then drink decaf. I can't drink decaf. I just can't.
Doesn't agree with me.
Okay, so insurance wise, I cannot complain. Okay, it is a bummer that aestheticals are not covered. Okay, so I know that my husband has so much surgery in his mouth. I knew that one of my kids or all of my kids, I have to send my 2 boys now to make sure that only Emilia has this. So I knew it. But teeth, we have like basics. We have good. Like I
I'll be
cannot
right back.
complain. No worries. So when I do, I have like I can clean my mouth, the teeth. I think it's once or twice, once a year or once every 2 years. Glasses basics is amazing. I can switch my glasses. I think every 2-3 years. So I cannot really complain for my insurance, but I do feel the pain because like my daughter's 11 years old and she saw the x-rays and she understands that she needs this treatment, and I'm put in a position where I have to make hard decisions, which is like it's okay, but it's still a bummer. But I can't complain. Insurance wise, my husband has a family plan at work, and in Quebec we do have La RAMQ, which is giving us somewhat stuff for free. Like when I go to the eye doctor, they don't pay for their eye exam. I only have to pay for the x-ray. I take x-rays of the eyes because it gives you like a good visual if there's any problems. Like we have diabetes, cholesterol, there's eye problems in my family, like severe eye problems. And that picture that they're taking of the eye is 30 something dollars. It gives us like a good idea if overall the child or myself is healthy. So I don't really mind paying that one, but the rest is like free. We probably will not. I heard that. I get optimum. Is that a point card? Points at SO for all my girls, and that's how we get yeah. So he has Petro Canada, which is a gas station here, and every time he fills up the truck or my car, we put the points on the card. So I'm hoping that the gas portion of my trip will be paid by that. So now I have to save up for the actual repairs on my wheel. Like last year, I brought chips to do salsa, and then I brought some cheese, some crackers. I have the sun right in my eyes. I hope you guys can see me. So I brought chips, crackers. I had some deli meats, and like I had like my entire. The sun is so bright. I had my entire weekend of food, and we were eating at Angie's, so I had dinner there. So my expenses were not that much. What is the big chunk of the number I said earlier is the repair. We had a submission done for the repair, and it was around 200-300. So that's part of it goes there. So, but I'm gonna figure something out. I really want to go. I really have to figure something out. You buy in summer when the pellets are cheaper. Okay. Hello, Marilyn. Our home is old. Yes, my house is almost 110 years old. So drafts, I feel them on a regular basis. Like the other day we opened a wall and we felt drafts. We're like, this is not supposed to happen, but you know, it happens. Every opportunity we have, we get free wood. That's awesome. I sell the slab wood to $20 a truckload, but sometimes it's more of a pain to deal with people. Yes. So I saw a couple of people that said, bring your truck. I'm going to fill as much as I can in your truck, and that's going to be $20. But I used to have one about an hour from our house, but they no longer do it. And like you said, it was probably like way too complex. People in marketplace are not what it used to be. Mm-hmm. So there's more trouble than selling. Wish it was that sunny here. It's snowing right now, working for it to stop, and we are heading up rod fishing for nice. Okay, so I did say coffee and seeds, and it's been almost an hour and I haven't talked about seeds. Okay, so I'm going to start with I made an order to a Quebec company that is called Le Potager Ornemental de Catherine. So potager is a garden, ornamental of Catherine. And I met this lady at a seed fair. She is a tiny woman. Like she's so small. And she had so much life in her. It was amazing. Like I felt attracted to this person. And the way she was talking, I was like this. I was like a little kid listening to her. And she made me buy a seed called Ashusha, which is a seed I think I sent to you. I know I sent that seed, you know, that mystery seed we sent last year. It's like a little cucumber that's about this long, but it's kind of like moon shaped a little bit. So she was talking about it, and I was listening to her, and I was like, I got it. And then once like last year I did not place an order from her, but I always make sure to go check her website because she has beautiful things. So it's a smaller seed place. Her package don't have images, sadly. I think that's the only thing I miss from most of these small seed places. You don't have like a picture on them, but it's okay. So you're going to have to picture that in your mind. So I got a mix of echinacea. So there's white, purple, red, and yellow. It's called Joy of Camille. Camille. So I'm not going to show you the name. The package, there's no image on it. Then I'm Irish. I don't know if I did say that. So on my dad's side, Poirier is part Irish, and I got a lettuce that's called a leprechaun. I just found it funny, so I got that. I wanted to introduce purple in my diet. So there is something in purple food, anti-sonin, anti.
I know there are serious antioxidants,
Yeah,
like
but
in
there's a
in
word for it. I think it's anti-sonin. Anyways, purple food. So I was looking for a purple tomatillos, but I wanted a deep purple, and I found it there. So deep purple tomatillo. And then there's a tomato, but I have to show you the picture because this is what made me buy it. My first tomato. Where is it? Where is it? I had a picture of it. There it is. Okay, so there is no way you do not. If you're a tomato lover, you're gonna feel me. So this tomato is called Rebel Starfighter Prime.
oh, that's pretty.
So hold on. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, tilt the top towards the camera just a little, and it might. There you go. That is pretty.
So it's a blue, like a blue type heart shape that has streaks on them. When I saw that, it was just like beautiful. So that's my first tomato. And I think Annie got it. When I sent her the pictures, like, I want it. So I kind of sold her. Then I got cucamelons. It's those little mini cucumbers that looks like watermelons. And I got clary sage because I want to introduce that as medicinal. I think it's for tea blends. I got it. Those are for pollinators mainly. So I want to learn more about clary sage. For now, it's going to be for pollinators. And then I got I love these places. They send free seeds, a free package of seeds. So I'm going to be able to try kale mix. So I have no idea what they are. So it says curly kale, dwarf blue curled Scotch, scarlet, Siberian, white Russian, and red Russian. So dwarf blue curled, I've never tried. Scarlet, I have. Siberian, I have not. So that is for le potager ornemental de Catherine. Then I spoke to Marilyn from Little Holtzman by the Beach, and she's like, "Oh, I have these seeds, la la la." And hi, Jill. And I'm like, "Oh, those are nice." And then like she says, "I'm gonna send you seeds." And then a week passed, 2 weeks passed, and like literally, I forgot about it. That I asked her to send me seeds. And then she sends me a message, "Annie, I sent you some seeds." I'm like, "Ooh, cool." But I didn't remember what I've asked her. So, that's typical of me. And she sent me mandarin balm, so lemon balm mandarin, and lime. So I'm looking forward to try that. I might have to put the camera down because I think I'm going to sneeze. So if the camera shuts off, it's because I'm going to go sneeze. Okay, now I have a Baker Creek. Does anyone know Baker Creek?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back. I have to go blow my nose. I'll be back.
Okay. We'll discuss something amongst ourselves. I bought a lot of seed that was not supposed to. Remember, I was telling you less variety of tomatoes this year. Yeah. That's the thing. You see seeds and you're like, oh man, that sounds great. That sounds good. I was just thinking about. I bought these little melons, and they were like a squash, but they all came out about softball size. There wasn't much meat on them. They were good, but I don't think I'd do them again. But yeah, buying seed you're not supposed to. I'm bad. Remy is the president of the Seeds Anonymous.
I lost that title like by a lot. So when I started, he laughed at me. The
Yeah.
first year I met him, uh, he just got monetized, and he's like, "You're crazy! You have so many seeds." Blah, blah. And then he went on like a seed spree. Like he would buy all these seeds. I'm like, you're supposed to use up your seeds, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to put them in the ground.
Yeah. So I feel him, because the first year, like I had, those the box I carry around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The I had one, and then I got a second one, and I need a third one, but I refuse to buy a third one, because if I buy a third one, I'm where Remy is, because he officially has 3. So I refuse to buy a third one.
I have 1.5 full.
But if I go with the cut flower direction, I'm going to have one probably half full of flowers. Yeah. But I'm going to cross the bridge when I get there. I have owned my tomato problem. Like I have like way too many seeds of tomatoes. And I think at the end of the season, I did that I do this every year. So I go through all of my seeds, and then the one that does not work here, like I enjoyed them, but they don't work here, regardless of what I've tried. I put them in a bin. And then when someone says, I want to become a homesteader or a gardener, but I don't know where to look, I don't know where to start, I give them like 10 packages of seeds. I'm like, try those. Those are free. I wish someone would have done that to me when I started.
Yeah.
Like, here's 20 packs of seed. There's maybe 5-6 seeds left, or like 10 seeds, or like a full pack of seed, because sometimes I have free seeds of like kale, and then another company sends me a free set, like a free package of kale again. And then like I think I have like 5 salad mix from MI Gardener every time I order from them. So like I can give those. So sometimes it's a full package of seed.
I don't know if I should say this here with so many seed addicts, but go on YouTube and type in, do a search for hashtag seed swaps or seed giveaways, and people will send you seeds.
I will do a seed swap when I get a postal box.
Yeah.
Because here I need to pay per month a very big chunk of money to have access to a postal box.
Yeah, I think it's I think my last one was like $70 a year for my PO box.
Last time I checked, it was $99 a year. But that was like a couple of years back, so it's probably more expensive than that. But I don't want to get the seed box. I don't want to get it in my town.
Right.
I want to get it away. Like, I know that most of the people that watch me are not creeps. But the last thing I want is someone showing up in front of my door and me going, "Who are you?" Like,
well, when Mylin made that map for the No Borders homesteaders,
yeah,
you can click on each one of our pictures and it gives our address.
Don't do that to me.
No, I'm just joking.
That is like, on my top 10 fears of not starting a homesteading channel or any channel, is that, and this happened to a couple of people, bigger channels, and every time it happened, they were alone. Mm-hmm. So I know Roots and Refuge Farm had someone mention, I don't know if it happened like recently, but she did mention that she had visitors. There was another one I was following that had visitors. It was Living Tradition Homestead. Someone just like arrived.
Yeah.
That would be like on my top 10 of fears, like in the top 3. So.
Right.
Oh, your cats are acting up.
Yeah, Wendy had it's like a belt with the ball ringies on it for Christmas, hanging up. And I took the magnet from it that was hanging it up the other day, and I just set it on their box. So every time they hit that box,
You have
And I
that.
got a laser for my rifle the other day, and I've been playing with them with that.
Be careful, you're not supposed to say that. So you're a truffle.
Yes. Yes. For my
I don't
truffle.
want to get in trouble.
I'm sorry. I
No
didn't
worries.
even think.
No worries. I don't think we'll have any trouble. So what was I saying? Yeah, so when I will have a postal box that is not identified to me, um, I will do seed swaps. I do seed swap with people I personally and have met. Like this year is the first year I don't do a seed swap, but usually I do one with my friend Marie-Claude, Annie from Mama Homemade. I did one with you, Marilyn, Remy. Every year we have this seed swap, but I try to do it with people I actually know personally.
Yeah.
You make me think someone on Reddit wanted to do a goth garden. So all dark flowers. I saw that.
That could be very pretty if you did it right.
So there is black hollyhocks. That is beautiful. There is a black bachelor's button. There is black pansies. Black tomatoes, obviously. But the foliage is green, unless you let the deficiency like take the whole part of the plant, and then the plant will become bluish purple. There are so many beautiful goth flowers, like dark blue, dark black flowers. Yes, that tomato is amazing. I did say hi. I think I said hi, Jill.
Mhm.
I bought a lot of seeds that I was not supposed to. So this year, I've been good. So what I'm showing you today is the only seeds I bought in 2024. So I still have like, I think 10, but that's about it. I maybe will have one more cut flowers, and I hope I don't see any tomatoes.
Got a thing of seeds here somewhere, but I haven't opened it yet.
It's weird this year. I went through our veggie seeds and realized we don't need to order seeds.
That's good.
Hi, Dave. I think Remy should have 4. I think so. I think Remy probably has 4. There is a, I don't know how you guys would say this. So, you know, like drawers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cupboard. It's a,
Our better life.
you know what? There's like 6 drawers. What is
Dresser?
that? Yes, there is a dresser that is sold at Joann's, or I think it's Joann's. Lynn, if you're still here, you went to that store. And they have this beautiful many drawers, and you can fit seeds in them. And I would love to have that. But then I asked my husband if he could make something like that out of something we have here, or like something we repurpose. And he's like, think of this. Like, he's like, I'm going to be the devil, like the little devil on your shoulder. He's like, when you're going to go outside, you're going to have a basket, which is going to be cute. You're going to go outside and have a basket of all your seeds.
A tasket, Annie in her basket.
Yeah. And then you're going to bring back the basket inside. Are you going to put all those seeds back? I'm like, you have a point. So he's like, okay, so you're going to leave all those seeds in there. And then you're going to take out all of those seeds again. You're going to put it in the basket, go outside, and have all of those seeds in those baskets. And then at the end of the week, you're going to have like 100 packs of seeds in that basket. And you're still going to have to put it there. And then you're probably going to procrastinate and not put it back. He's like, those little containers.
I'll be right back.
You bring the containers with you outside. And I bring, like, example, I'm sowing carrots. So I'm going to have the carrot bin with me, and then I'm going to sow everything and then put it back inside and then close it up. So that seed storing method I have at the moment seems the better way. I just got a message from YouTube. Is everything okay? Yes. Okay. Awesome.
Is this something like you would?
Yeah, something like that, but it was divided in the size of photos. It was like really 4 seeds. But like if you're using that, you can put like a carton divider in there and
Yeah.
go outside.
I got to put this back.
No worries. This week is big push to start planting. Good morning. I need a third one too. I am good with seeds for a few years. Work is crazy right now. I hope you have like a good day, even though if it's black poppies, that would be amazing. Black sunflowers. Hello, hello, our better life. Welcome. Got to get past the gate. What gate are you referencing? What gate? Did I mention a gate? I forgot.
Maybe. I don't know.
Thorhaven Farm. What was the name of that little paradise you brought me last year? The garden center. Floralie Jouvence. Ooh, nice. Yeah, there's nothing like a romantic walk in those.
With Darren.
No, I'm not going to say Darren. So I love going in those big, big stores where they have all these flowers. When I started homesteading, I had no idea. Like I would say 98% of what was there, I had no idea what they are. So vegetable plants, now I can somewhat recognize like brassica family. So if I have like a brassica plant in my hand, I know that it's in that family. If it's a tomato, I know if it's a potato leaf or regular leaf, and it is a tomato. So I'm starting like to get familiar with vegetable plants and their families. But the flowers, I had no idea what most flowers were in their seedling stage. I know how to recognize a couple in their blooming stage. But now picture this. I go in those places and I'm like, ooh, that's a zinnia. Ooh, that's a sunflower. Ooh, that's the... It's like a romantic walk in those aisles. And I'm like, I'm daydreaming of going back there. It's a fun time.
Just pretend it's your flower garden, you know?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
walk through.
I would love
Start
to.
singing, the hills are alive.
Yeah, we probably start planting next week. It's going warm, +5, +10, and looks like we're starting around. Nice. Yeah, the first year Darren took me in the hot tub. Second, he put me in Paradise Garden. What's going to be the third year? Ooh la la.
Right. This courtship is getting serious.
Yes, I have to get the wood stove I made in the greenhouse yet. The better door. Yes. Everyone loves romantic walks with me. Come on. Picking your brain in a flower world. If Brigitte is with you, it's going to be like awesome. But if it's just with you, we might talk about rum. Could be interesting. Flowers and rum, do they go together? I think so.
Well, my understanding was Marie-Lynn thought that her and Remy's walk in the woods with Darren the first time they were there was kind of creepy because she's like, is he going to kill us?
I remember that. Pareil Jouvence and the one that has the same name, Big Street Quebec. Oh, nice. Okay, so the the last order I got was from Baker Creek. Baker Creek, I know I'm Quebec. I know that I get slapped on the fingers every time I do this. You should order more from Quebec companies, blah, blah, blah. But they don't have rare seeds.
Yeah.
They actually, no. Some of them are getting more and more into heirloom, so I have to give them that. And they are getting there. But it's like that romantic walk in those garden centers. Like you want to sometimes very rare seeds. And I have to go to Baker Creek or Johnny Seeds. I have no choice.
Yeah.
But, Marie-Lynn, I hope you're not going to be mad at me. There's something I did wrong. Okay, so I'm going to start with like ripping. There's nothing better than ripping off the what do you call it, Band-Aid and show that I bought tomatoes. So I got the black strawberry.
Ooh.
Those are like beautiful.
They are. They almost look like actual cherries.
Yeah, so they are purple. You're seeing a You're seeing a pattern. And then brown sugar tomato.
Ooh.
It's like a terracotta. This one I'm risking. So I'm probably gonna have to start earlier. This is a 95 day. I have to stay close to 80 days. So I'm not gonna get a lot from this plant. So this is a 95 indeterminate Russian heirlooms. Oh, okay, so it's Russian. So it should do okay with colder climates with silky textures and a smoky complex flavor. Black tomatoes are famous for their rich, nuanced flavor and 5-ounce globe-shaped fruit of a brown sugar does not disappoint. Like that's like just amazing. So they're like saladinette size, but it's cutting it close. And since I'm saying this, I didn't think it was necessary to do this video because I do talk about it very often. But I think my next video is going to be, I'm not sure about the title, but like sown seeds, how to get started, like where to get your last frost date, how to calculate when to sow everything without losing your marbles out of it. And when I saw this, I didn't see that it was 95 days. Now I know that if I want lots of fruits from it, I'm going to have to tweak it. I'm going to have to start at least 1 or 2 weeks prior. And that means I'm going to have to up pot it probably to 6-inch pots and probably to 12-inch pots and then put it during the day. And like there's going to have to be tweaking for me to get this tomato to have a lot. And then I saw this one. It's called apricot zebra. So it's an orange, stunning, rich, tangerine-colored cherry are very unique in appearance and is a lime green shoulder, extra fine green stripping of the unripe fruit morphs to brilliant yellow at maturity.
Wow. And all these, Baker Creek is all heirloom too. So
yes,
if you plant those seeds, that's what you'll get for perpetuity.
Yeah, there's another, I think this is another thing that I've been requested on so many videos when I talk about heirlooms, how to save seeds of a tomato without losing your mind.
Oh,
which
easy.
Is super easy. It's, yeah, but we know it's easy. But yeah. I talk to so many people and they're like, it's so complicated to save seeds. I'm like, no, it's not. It's what's complicated is you need to do the action. That's the thing.
I got a baby jar and I fill it with water, put the seeds in, or not fill it with water, about halfway with water. Every day I shake it for a little while and then I strain it out, rinse them off really good.
Yeah, so that's how to actually take the seed from the fruit and saving the seeds. Right. I'm talking about to make sure that the actual seeds that's in the tomato is the true parent.
Oh, I don't know how to be able to tell that.
I can say it here, but I'm probably gonna do it because like it's an hour and 19. So the fact that if you're watching this to replay up to here, thank you very much. Don't forget to do that thumbs up, by the way. So how to save a tomato seed. It's, you know those little organza bags that you put little gifts inside? You can get them at the Dollarama. Okay, so as soon as you see a flower on a tomato plant, so the flower's there, it's green, it's not open yet, put a ribbon on your plant that you want to save seeds. So a ribbon, a tie, a piece of like whatever. Put like this plant I want to save seeds so that your brain remembers that this is the fruit you want to save. And then when that flower opens multiple times during the day, you're going to go and you're going to hand pollinate that flower. And I actually put the organza bag over to make sure that there's no other anyone or anything that comes cross-pollinate my plant. So I actually put the organza bag on the flower before it opens. Then when the flower opens, I tap it, put the organza bag on. And I do that multiple times. Once the fruit has set, the flower will fall on the ground. And you'll see that like this little round-shaped green fruit. That's where you remove the organza bag and you leave that little zip tie or elastic. And that fruit, you're going to let it mature completely on the vine. The more you let it mature on the vine, the more viable seeds you're going to have. Mm-hmm. The less time you give it on the vines, the less viable seeds probably you'll have. Some people, like, there's different opinions, but like I find that if you leave a pepper on the vine, same thing with the tomatoes, the longest, the more viable seeds I will have. Mm-hmm. This is like from my personal experience. So when the tomato is looking exactly what it's supposed to, that's when I harvest it and I do the steps that you mentioned. You just cut your tomatoes, take the seeds. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can do it on a paper towel. You can do it in water. You can ferment it. There's different ways. But to actually have an heirloom that's exactly the same thing as the plant, there's just like slight precautions you need to take.
I was thinking about this the other day. If I have heirloom beefsteaks.
Yes.
And then next to, I don't know if beefsteaks are heirloom or not, but then
yes,
I
have, I think they are.
Then I have another heirloom variety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I plant that next to it.
Yeah.
And they cross-pollinate.
They create an F1 hybrid.
Okay. And then if I take the seeds from those hybrids, then the plant that I will get will either be a beefsteak or the other type.
No, it's going to be a mix of both.
It'll be a mix of, I thought
you
only got one or the other.
It's exactly like making a child. So parent A, it's the beefsteak. Parent B is, I don't know, an orange tomato.
Right.
So you mix them. The product you're going to get is the mix of both.
Right. It's a mix of both.
But you don't know what you're going to get because it's not stabilized.
But then with the seeds, if I save the seeds from the mix that I got, then I would either get beefsteak or the other one. Yes,
right? You'll get parent A or parent B.
Yeah. So honestly, to me, as long as I'm planting tomatoes that I like.
Yeah. So if you don't mind the cross-pollination or like the new varieties you're going to create, regardless of how you save tomato seeds, even if they're hybrids, you're going to get a tomato.
Right.
For sure. But like I'm saying, like if you're buying these seeds, this is the last variety I bought. Yeah. This is the queen of the night. Like if you want these seeds, this one's like beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah. So that's the 5th variety I bought this year. And I don't have place for them. I have to work something out to make it work.
She's going to have the hanging gardens of Babylon in her backyard.
Probably. I have to figure out how to like flip a garden upside down.
Well, when you can't go out, start going up.
Yeah, anyways. So little F, like this is like, I'm going to go within details. It sounds complicated, but it's not. You just see a plant, like let's just say this in here. Oh, this is exactly what I mean. So in here, let's just say this becomes your best tomato. Okay. Mm-hmm. This was $3.50 American. So for me, it's close to $5. And it's only 10 seeds. So let's just say this is like my newest, amazing. I want 20 plants of this next year. I need to save the seeds. And this is where it's going to cost me $1 to get a couple of organza bag. I try to use the white ones so that it doesn't interfere with, I don't know if it's going to interfere with the bugs. I just think it's going to interfere with the bugs if it's a different color. So I put that on the plant and I just leave it there and I just tap on it. That's it. Like it sounds complicated, many steps, but when you just look at it, you just take a bag, put it on it, tap on the flower, and that's it. And you just save the seeds. But I only do this for like packets like this. So this is the queen of the night. I've been wanting this tomato for 3 years now. And every year I put it in my basket and I remove it. This is a mid-season salad type purple blush. Rich flavored, fruit develops in bush stroke of indigo on its shoulder. It's just beautiful. So I'm going back to a potager style. I don't know if you realize this. I went from potager ornamental feeding my family to hardcore high productivity and burnt out, and I'm going back to a potager with like beauty. And there's like thinking behind this. I'm not sure how much I'm going to share of why I'm going back to this. I had an offer from a friend and we're exploring different things for me to have specifics produce for me to give it to her and she will sell it. So I'm the tomato lady. So obviously I want to bring tomato to the table that is not available at the store, and like very rare. Like I don't think anyone has seen this type of tomatoes anywhere unless you go to a food market, a farm market, or even then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
most
like,
people stick with the staples, the beef
yeah,
steaks
the beef
and stuff like
steaks.
that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, no.
I grow. There's a variety of beef steak that I grow every year, and it makes the most gorgeous, tasteful sandwiches. But I actually let it ripe. So what you see in the stores, it's not ripe. It's just red.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful, and it's probably older than you think too when you see it in the store.
Okay, so I don't want to. This is something I saw on the internet. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's not. So no one bust my chops for this. So there is a study that Fred sent me on TikTok. They made a study about fruits and vegetables that came out of the garden fresh and were brought to farm markets or grocery stores, and then another carrots that were undug, washed, and froze the same day. Leeks, peppers, they did all of that, and then they compared the values of both. So the fresh food we eat has less nutrients in them than frozen food.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is accurate, but this is like what my husband sent me. It was on TikTok. So could it be true? Could it be not? I don't know. But it made me think, when we harvest a tomato as a farmer that sells, you're not going to harvest it in its prime. You're going to harvest it when the shoulder starts changing colors. It's still firm. It's going to pack nicely and it's not going to mush.
Right. And so it actually hits its peak when it's on the store shelf.
Yeah, but like I find that maturing on the plant, taste wise, is better than maturing on the shelf or at your house.
Well,
personal taste.
Well, yeah.
If you harvest a tomato that's in its prime on your tomato plant versus a hybrid that's in the store that ripens on his way to your house, the taste is different.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, I know they say within 10 minutes of eating or of picking a plant, fruit off a vine, it starts losing nutrition exponentially.
Okay, so you're telling me that on my belt I have to wear salt, pepper, and bring like food with me so I can make my sandwich within the garden?
Yeah, that would be awesome. If you pick it, bring it in, make your sandwich, you're going to get the best nutritional value, the best flavor, and it's I forget what they call it, the 10-minute rule or something like that. No, that's a 5-second rule for stuff.
Wrong thing.
Yeah. But and flavor. My mom had a couple tomatoes, and now they were both bought at the store. One was, you know how you can buy them still on the vine?
Yeah.
Tomatoes still on the vine. And then you can buy the single tomatoes. And she made a sandwich, and I ended up with a sandwich made of each unintentionally. But I'm like, man, that second sandwich just didn't have the flavor the first one did.
Because the other one was still attached?
Yeah, the one that was not attached it wasn't as flavorful. Now, they were probably different varieties also.
Probably.
But there's nothing like walking through your garden. You can pick a tomato and eat it like an apple. I just don't know how to quit you.
Okay, so I'm behind on comments again.
Sorry.
It's okay. I love rum too. Rawr. Or R? Is that what you meant? Not sure
Yeah,
if I'm
rum.
going at Darren's this year. First year, he wanted us to get lost in the woods. Second year, his dog wanted to eat me. Oh, yeah. Yes. People showing up. No, I don't want that. Am I allowed to ask for your names? Oh, okay. I guess our better life. Okay, so probably the answer is lower. Okay, so my growing zone. I am in a microclimate. So prior to this year, I was known as 5B. And then I went on a course the Sunday of the Super Bowl. They have an online thing that it's free, and you put your full address, and it says I was 4B. But like I'm a bit confused. So I know that I'm about 5. My last frost date says that it's May 12th. I never take that date. I always take 1 week after. So this is one of the first tip I give, and again, I will include it in my video. If your date says the 1st of May, don't take the 1st of May. Take the week after. You might as well have younger seedlings that goes in the garden that needs like a couple of more days of acclimation than tomato trees that you're stuck inside because there's like a frost warning that was not supposed to be there. Yeah. I had take it from me. I had 105-ish tomato plants that I had to cover for 3 nights. So risk of frost, end of May. So I am in Canada, in the province of Quebec, near Ontario. So I'm not near Quebec City. Quebec City is a bit colder. I'm like a little bit warmer than them. So it was May 28th, May 29th, and May 30th. I'm supposed to plant my tomato in the ground starting May 25th, which I did. And then stupid me forgot to check the weather forecast because I was a newbie and I was super excited. I had 105 tomato plants. They looked awesome. They were my best tomato plants ever. I had to cover them. That was a long process. So for 3 nights. And then what ended up happening is because I'm a mom, I had to take care of all the kids, all the kiddos, and then I was able to go remove the protection layers that I did. So my plants started growing like this, and I leaned something over it, so they started going like this. So plants were like going like this, and it was one of the worst years of tomatoes I got. But what I learned from it, 1, is take 1 week after. 2, when you plant, check your next 2 weeks of forecast. Minimum 1 week, minimum. So if you're planting tomatoes, look within the next 7 days if you have possibilities of under 10 degrees Celsius, because you're going to regret that decision, especially if you have 100 plants and over. Unless you have like a movable tunnel. But that was a heartache. So I'm Desmond. My partner is Sandy. He's not here right now.
Hey, Desmond and Sandy.
Hello. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you on the channel. I don't think so. Now the game will be to figure out who's who. Yes! Full moon is this weekend, and mild temps tells me it's time to plant. Yes, so if you are in zone 5 and your frost date is mid-May, like I am, we were supposed to start celery yesterday. So this week, if you want to grow celery, it's about time, and it's onion season as well. Yes. Off to a meeting. Hope you have a good meeting. I will leave. Nate, thank you. Too much tomato talk. Who likes tomatoes anyways? They aren't done growing on the inside. I love tomatoes. What do you mean? Grog, okay. That's not for me. I ate long keeper tomatoes yesterday. They are beginning to nice. Yep. It's like tapioca cottage cheese. Okay, so if you have tomatoes that taste like that, you probably don't have the right variety in your zone. Because there's a tomato that in pictures, it was like beautiful. And then I spot the seeds, sow the seeds, and they were cracking like crazy. It was a Russian variety. I think it was a purple Roma type. I can't remember the name. It was a free seed from Baker Creek. I tried 3 years. The taste was disgusting. It would always crack, regardless of everything I was doing. And it was like that weird feeling inside when I would sow. Either I was not letting it ripe enough, or it just didn't work. So I gave it 3 years, and from there, I gave the seeds to someone else. I'm like, it was not meant for me, but it was beautiful. But 15 degrees in this, I don't know how much it is in my tunnel, but it's probably around 0 right now. The rabbits are living their best life this year. Keep the dirt on when you harvest. Even more minerals value to consume. Well, I don't do that.
Crunchy
Let me
tomatoes.
explain. No, it's because I have cats.
Oh, yes.
Not my cats. My neighbor's cats. Yeah. So I harvest and eat what's on top of the plants, where I know that nothing other than, if I'm really unlucky, a bird did something on my tomatoes. But if it's like in my raised bed garden, if it's like lower than my hips, I don't eat it, because like I don't want the cat to do his business on the food that I eat and like be like, like that beautiful first tomato and it tastes like urine. Ugh. That would be
Yeah,
so disappointing.
my cats were in I did the garlic bed, but I put ashes around it, so it's like darker than the wood chips around it. And so the snow had melted off that part of it, and I saw cat tracks going to it the other day.
Oh no.
Well, I guess it's either that or in the house. I can wash the garlic.
Yeah, well, I now understand like the reasoning behind washing, at least like washing,
Yeah.
but it's okay. It's okay. Go start your chard. That's true. He's in zone 6, so I think he's there. No, Annie, you have to do a deconstruct sandwich. Pick a tomato, eat it. Pick a salad, eat it. Eat your yes, don't forget with olive oil and balsamic vinegar and a pinch of like super fine salt. That tastes delicious. Yeah. Yes. 2B. Wow.
Hey,
Like
hi to
you're
Santa.
oh la la, 2B, that's cold. So 2B, that's like Alaska. Or
They say down they're north of Matheson.
Matheson, where's that? They
Hey
say it.
Google, show me a map of Matheson, Canada.
Matheson.
What?
Let me see. I'm curious. That's cold. Matheson. It's in Ontario. Okay.
It's by Iroquois Falls.
Okay, so you're near Bay James. You're like up north.
Kirkland Lake.
Okay, so I don't want to zoom in too much. So he's here. So the little blue thing, that's Bay James. My memory's correct.
Yeah, he's up here by this big Is
that Bay James? Or I think that's Bay James.
By this lake right here.
Yep. You're north.
He's up there.
I'm going to say I'm Canadian, so I can say this. So you're up in the igloos. I can't believe sometimes I speak to Americans and I say I'm in Canada and they're like, "Oh, you live in igloos." Really?
Could you imagine the conversation? Yeah, he comes in the house. I just saw a bear in the yard. Well, was it black, brown, or white?
Yeah. Okay, so the lowest I would go would be 3 because there's like less pest, and my husband would be really, really, really happy because he loves cooler temperatures. So he hates minus 40 Celsius, but he also hates plus 30 with Humidex. So he hates the humidity and the windshields. So he works outside 365. So rain, snow, cold, warm, he works outside. So he would prefer like a cooler summer. But I don't think I would be able to handle 3. Yes, Danielle from Boreal Living, Boreal Homesteading, that is now Boreal Living, is in 2B. I think so. I know she's in 2. She's near Val d'Or, I think.
It's got to be beautiful, and kind of because they said they're north of that Matheson.
Yeah, so near Timmins. Nice area. It's minus 20. Oh, Celsius? That's cold. I remember working in a Grand Prairie just below the Yukon. We had to leave the equipment running all the time, and the diesel would, yeah. So there is one channel that I love to watch, which is Simple Living Alaska with Eric and Ariel. And they used to live in a Zone 3 Alaska. Now they're in, I think, in a Zone 1 Alaska. And it was minus 50 something Fahrenheit the other day. I was like, I would go outside and probably like die instantly. I was in minus 50 something Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's just when you make sure you got enough wood in.
Oh, they were playing outside. They were cutting wood and organizing like the future gardens and all that. I'm like, you're too courageous.
Hey, what? It got down. It was when I woke up this morning. It was negative 15 Celsius, or 5 degrees Fahrenheit. And last night I had to go. Somebody decided. Well, his snowmobile broke down. I live on a snowmobile trail, and his snowmobile broke down. So he called his wife. His wife comes in on the other side of the snowmobile trail, gets stuck. I mean, she was in the ditch, man.
Oh, no.
Big time. So I took the tractor down. He hooked it up. I pulled that out. Then we had to try to get to his snowmobile, which was broken down, but it was in a big swamp, a big mud hole.
And sucks.
I almost got the tractor stuck. But it got cold while we were out there. The sun went down, and apparently the sun gives off heat during the day.
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, because it got cold last night.
You know how you wake up to the light?
Yeah.
Okay, so my husband never wakes up to the light, ever. He wakes up at 3 a.m.
And then what time does he get home from work?
I never know. So sometimes, so yesterday he was home. So as soon as his foot hits the truck, he's in a company truck, so he's paid. So he leaves about 4 a.m. and he's allowed to drive and work for 13 hours. Wow. So the longest days are 13 hours.
So he literally, thank God he works outside. Trevor works in a factory, and there are times of the year where he goes into the building when it's dark, and when he comes out after his shift, it's dark again.
Dark. Yeah, but he's on the road, so he sees the sun.
Right.
That sun portion, and he only he drives. Like example, he goes from our house to Quebec City and comes back within the same day. So that's 3 hours drive, 3.5 hours drive to go fix the problem, and then 3.5 hours. So it could be like that would be a 13-hour day.
Yeah. Wow.
And there's days that it's 5 hours, there's days that it's 8 hours, there's days that it's 9 hours. But average, he works about 10 hours a day. So he leaves here at 4, and he's about here around 1, 2 ish, between one and 3. But like he was up at 3, so and he goes to bed around 6, 7 o'clock because like he's done. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
done. Yes, Celsius. With windshield, I presume. Moose meat. I'm almost out of moose meat. I really hope next year Fred can find partners to go moose hunting. Brother-in-law is in Faro, Yukon, and they grow bigger potatoes than us. Think it's due to nonstop sunshine. Something I realize is that up north, their exposure to the sun is different.
Oh, yeah.
So the Alaska, Simple Living Alaska I was talking about, they right now have, I think, 8 hours of sun or 5 hours of, anyways, since there was something on December 31st, they have more hours of sun. But during the summer, they have like, I think, over 16 hours of sun for their vegetables. So they must love that.
Yeah. Well, it can drive you mad. A lot of people way up there where that they get 6 months of darkness and 6 months of light.
I couldn't do that. I would
That
need at least 5 hours of light, at least, for
they
sure.
got blackout curtains and everything, and you can literally, it drives them nuts.
Yeah. Like you need special equipment to make it work. Or you
Yeah.
orient your house in a way that the darkness is settled within the house.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning on the river, guy lost his side by side just up the road. We're going to get it out later this week. It
Wow.
should be an interesting video. I can't remember who I said this to. It seems that the video that we spend hours researching, hours filming, hours editing, does way, way like than a person's misfortune.
Yeah.
So if like example, this situation, that will give you so many people will be interested in that.
Well, yeah, and it's hard because I didn't film pulling the car out
You
or
should have.
pulling. I should have, but I checked my camera, my little GoPro here, and the battery was dead from filming plowing earlier in the day.
There's something a content creator told me. He's like, when you're serious, when you have a lot of tools, you have like all these drills, and then they all battery operated. They all have like these little things, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have all these chargers. And every single night you see all these things lined up and being charged. He's like, you're a hot stud, when you have that, and like you're a hot shot because you become a content creator on the next level when you have an operation table of all your batteries being charged.
I do. It's just a mess.
Yes, I only have one battery for my camera. So my last video, if you guys didn't catch it, I actually filmed it with this. This is terrible. Oh my god. So
It's a nice.
yeah, it's an older model for vlogging, but it's something for me to get started on. I had so many bad angles. The microphone was like not placed properly. I started re-editing on a computer. It was a nightmare for me. There was so many beep 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 when I was doing the editing. But my next conversion is to leave my Windows and to go to my husband's Mac. And that is probably when I'm gonna like beep 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 beep, beep, beep a little bit more. But
Yeah.
I'll cross the bridge when I get there. But I tried to use you said it, my GoPro.
Yeah.
And the GoPro model I have is the wide angle. And I don't know why when I watch it, I feel nauseous because like it's like always wide angle while I'm editing.
Could it be distortion? Because I know, like, when I have a thing in my editing software that's for action camera,
Yeah,
and you can lose the shake.
not the
And
shake. No, wide angle. So in
right.
the camera I have, the GoPro is only wide angle. So your eyes get used to it after a while, but like the first minute, like I feel nauseous from watching that wide angle.
I get that nauseous from when I eliminate the shake, because it kind of warps everything to eliminate that shake. It's
Yeah. Well, there is something Fred was looking into, and it's a tripod, and I'm hesitant between two pods. One of them has a monopod. Oh, sorry, has a monopod within the tripod. So you have the three legs, and then one leg's unhook. And then if you have a very heavy camera, because this is starting to get heavy, you drop the monopod on the floor. You just hold the camera, and you're not forcing. You're just holding. Therefore, you're not shaking.
right.
When I use this one, this pod, I can feel when my arm is getting tired because like you see
Yeah.
you see the shaking going. So he was looking into different options for me, and he saw that one. It's a monopod and then the tripod, and then you can flip it upside down. There's like many things. I'm like, are you sure that tripod is for me, not for like all the
Because
stuff you want to
he's
do?
gonna be starting soon. Now you have a gimbal, right?
A gimbal.
Was it you that? Let's see here.
Yes, we have one for the camera, and we have one for the iPhone. The iPhone is I don't know what's wrong. When I start it and film, you hear this so I have to recalibrate it and do.
Yes, I downloaded the thing because mine was doing that, and so I couldn't use it, and it just needs to be recalibrated. But I loved it for when I was trying to make my hours to be monetized. I was really shaking on my walks, so I bought this, and it worked great when I calibrated it. But it's like set for this camera here. So when I use my GoPros or my cell phone, they weigh so much different, and that I got to recalibrate it for
Yeah.
them.
So he got the DG something for the phone. DGI, DG. Anyways, it's DG something. And it's in his office right now. And then he came home the other day and he's like, I found one for the camera. What is that? And it was super cheap. And it's not
Very nice.
that. Mine is not that. Mine is DG something. I can go get it later. So he found one for the camera, and that no, it's not that name. It's D. I'll go get it after. And he's like, it follows you. So when I walk in the kitchen, when calibrated, the one for my iPhone is following me. I still need to get used to it. It was one of the first gifts he made to me, but I just couldn't. My brain couldn't function while learning YouTube
Yeah.
and learning equipment. So I just ended up using this and the tripod you offered me at Christmas. And I decided I was going to learn YouTube. And then once YouTube concept is learned, I'm going to learn equipment. But like, I kind of did it wrong. I should have learned the equipment and YouTube all at the same time, because now I'm like 3 step backs instead of 3 step forward. But anyways.
Well, yeah, I've gotten to a point where, like, that advertisement I made for the No Borders Homesteaders podcast, I did a short just to get it out there. And that was one take. I cut out a couple ums, but I knew where my cuts were going to be as I filmed it. And it
Oh, that part I'm still there. Like I still have and oh my god and blah. I still have those, but I'm a bit better. You're absolutely right. Starting to get there. Want to make myself a nice little desk soon. So I do have a desk, but everyone's starting to love my desk. So I have stuff of everyone on my desk. Anyways, GoPro Enduro batteries makes a big difference. I don't have the Enduro. I have the Session. Nope, I can't change the angle. So in my settings, it's only wide. That's the first thing I checked. And I also found out that there's GoPros that you can add microphones.
Yeah.
Hey Tracy, what gimbal is that? Okay,
That's
so
why I was.
Yeah, DJI. That's the one I have. DJI gimbal. It's in my husband's office. I'm gonna finish the seeds and then I'll go get the one for the phone. I'm not gonna touch the one from the camera because it still needs to be calibrated. Okay, so I wanted to try a new powdered pepper, which is, well, it's not new. It's new. I just needed more seeds, but I haven't grown this in a long time. So this is arroz con pollo. Let me just hide this. So this is a Cuban seasoning pepper. Resembles a habanero, but remove the seed and no heat. It's just delicious.
Oh, wow.
The only thing is to start the seeds. Well, first of all, there's only 10 seeds. And the seeds are super, super hard to get to germinate. And it's only the tip of Angie that made it work. So heat source and a Scott towel with water. It's the only way I got it to germinate because I just couldn't get it to germinate. And then in a book I restarted to read, where is it? Obviously I'm going to break everything down getting it out. So I got this book 2 years ago, I think, Homegrown Tea. And in there, you just go through, it goes through all the types of teas, all the different types of teas too, how to blend it, blah, blah, blah. But then there's a fun thing that I really, really enjoy. They talk about herbs, and I'm trying to find where okay, so I went with hyssop, anise hyssop. And so you have what the plant looks like, a description of the plant, the medicinal properties of the plant, and then how to grow it, how to harvest it, which part of the plant to use it, and how to harvest it, how to do the tea from it, how to preserve it, and then tips. Like you can mix it with something else. So I wanted to try hyssop this year to add to my tea blends. So I went with that. There's another one that I wanted to do. One is marigold and then strawberries. So I did not know you can add dehydrated strawberries to tea blends. I'm going to try that this year. And same thing, you see like the strawberries and then I always keep doing this. Wrong side. And then you have like the medicinal properties, how to grow it, how to harvest it, how to dehydrate it, different ways to make the teas. And then there's tips.
Strawberry leaves are really good. I want to say for arthritis. I'm not sure.
Okay, so let me see. Strawberries. Homegrown strawberries are very nutrient, contains a lot of vitamin C, potassium, calcium. Strawberries are believed to help with fever, infections, fainting, and depression. They are antioxidant and can help with liver as well as help alleviate digestive problems. But that's the fruit,
right,
not the leaf. Do they talk about the leaf? I know raspberry leaves are good for women problems, like time of the month, the cramps. But they don't talk about the leaves. Wait, they do. they show how to dehydrate the leaves. Um, they don't talk about the leaves. But anyways, so this is like a fun book that I'm having fun. I thought I was going to go through all of it, read all of it, but then I realized I think it's going to be like a couple of pages, a couple of different flowers and plants and tea blends at a time. Okay, I have a couple more seeds. So I wanted to add blue butterfly pea powder and flowers to teas, bread dough, and my soaps. Then I saw this. So it started with this. Then it went with this. So these are lilac, lavender. And then I found these. And I need to do a little bit of digging because there are some seeds catalogs that mention the pods are poisonous.
Oh.
So you only harvest the flowers. But it does not say anything on Baker Creek website. So I have to go a little bit of digging because if the pods are toxic, I have to take precautions because my kids eat the... Tio wants to get part of the party. So I want to make sure that they don't harvest the pea pods from there. So Marilyn, if you're still here, please do not be mad at me because I did something because I forgot that you were sending me Mandarin lemon balm. So I have more Mandarin lemon balm, but I'm going to use them up, all of them, because I want to share these plants. Then I got free seeds. One of them, I have no idea if I'm going to sell them. These are pepper that's called datil, and it's supposed to be blazing hot, like habaneros.
Oh.
So I don't know. It says that it's 100-day blazing hot, blunt, little 3.5 inches fruit, ripened to brilliant orange yellow, vicious heat, complex furry flavor. So it does say vicious heat. Vicious. So I might
not
just do
really hot. It's vicious.
Vicious, yeah. And then I got this. This is the first time that I see this. This is called Old Tokyo Komatsuna. This is a traditional komatsuma, sorry, I'm massacring the name, from Tokyo, Japan. This is a dense in nutrition and so refined in flavor. It is known as spinach mustard, can be used cooked or raw and have a mild spinach flavor. So, oh, she's not mad at me. Yay! Darren is a pro. Oh, really? I did not know. What GoPro do you have? And I have I have the session. That's like a basic. It's this one. That's not what I wanted to do. This one. So it's like there's a button here and there's a button in the back. That's it. It's like very basic. But mine cannot add a microphone. Well, I hope you all have a great... Same thing. We're off fishing. Hope you bring back loads of fish. Okay, so that means I have to bug Darren. A dump truck? Okay, so now you have to tell me why bring a dump truck. For
the anti-hyssop. He has so much of it.
Really? Well, I don't have a truck. I have a... I can't bring my husband's company truck to your house. So where's the hyssop? The package says perennial leaves, sweet anise scent and flavored, makes wonderful tea. Bees adore it. Yeah, it doesn't say much. So that's all the seeds I got. I didn't think I was going to stay on this long talking about seeds and coffee, but I'm having such a great time.
Yeah.
Oh, great. You have more. Can't wait for my boyfriend to try his new Mandarin. Nice. Well, I got the seeds. I did not know. There is one seed that I'm looking for. I know I said I'm not doing seed swaps, but if someone near me or knows me personally and has these seeds, well, I will need cut flowers for sunflowers. But anyways, it's called bunny's tail, and it's a cut flower. It's cute. It's so cute. Well, I saw it and I thought of my daughter. I knew she was going to enjoy this. It's so cute. Look at that. Wait, hold on. Let me do this.
Oh, cool.
Hold on. So cute. It looks like a little bunny tail.
Huh.
So it's an ornamental, but it's a cut flower. So if I want to do, in future, if I want to do cut flowers, well, I wanted to learn a little bit about how this one grows. Let's put the seeds back in their envelopes in case the kids find them. I don't know which kid I'm talking about. Because they love to play with my stuff.
Ooh, Darren says they have bunny tail.
They do?
Yep. Darren is the man this morning.
Well, his wife really loves flowers.
Yeah.
Produced so much seeds. I just took 2 flowers and it should be good plant. Nice.
Wow.
Well, if you want to share a little bit, it would be nice. I do too, but they are attached to the body. Oh, that would be bloody. That would be slightly bloody.
Yeah. Bugs might miss that.
Yeah, it's kind of useful. And it's probably one of the cutest features of a bunny.
Yeah.
Well, their face are cute, but like one of the features.
Yeah.
Did you buy seeds, Tracy?
I have not bought any seeds this year.
You did not. What is the thing that you're the most excited to grow this year?
I really want to do some. I want to try watermelon, but the tomatoes. I'm switching over from the Back to Eden garden with the wood chips.
Yeah.
To a raised bed garden,
Yes.
and so I'm going to be planting a little bit less, but I'm looking forward to harvesting more. Last year, I did good with peppers. I did good with tomatoes. My kale, which kale will grow in the dark, I guess, but and I'm gonna try to get some camphor seeds this year.
Comfrey?
No, I have 2 huge comfrey plants, but camphor is we have the camphor oil, and it's one of the ingredients.
Is that thing for the breathing?
I'm not sure. Camphor, I know we put the oil in Wendy's magic salve there, and it like my hands and stuff when I'm doing wood start aching, and I put that on there and it kills the pain, and it's really strong. Comfrey works too, because we misread it one year and used comfrey oil, and it worked just as well.
It kind of looks. Yeah. Okay. So comfrey, I think it's what's in Vicks.
Oh,
I think
okay.
so. Because
Because
I
I
think
know you put you take the things that, hold on, I got it right here.
I'm making you get up and
Oh,
exercise so early in the morning. Well,
right.
now it's almost late morning.
We buy this vitamin E cream at the dollar store. Well, the $1.25 store now.
That's
It's
almost
vitamin E
$3
cream,
for us.
and you put 20 drops of camphor
Oil.
oil, the essential oil, 20 drops of peppermint oil, and 20 drops of eucalyptus oil in it, and you mix it all up, and then you rub it into your skin, and it kills the pain. I got a video on it. The Wendy's Magic
Well, all
cream.
those ingredients from the small experience I have with essential oils, peppermint is for headaches, and eucalyptus is for breathing, and camphor I think so too. But it would make sense because it's so fragrant and potent, it would numb.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah, and it just, I'm serious. They're tiny, because I like to pick up my wood from the end with my hands,
Yes.
and after so long of doing it, I can't pick anything up because my hands just start aching so bad. And I'd come in and put some of that on there, and it would, within 5 minutes, I'd be back out there working on wood, like with no pain.
I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, they're all good for breathing too. Yeah.
Good. Learning. So it's coffee seeds, a lot of talk, and a lot of learning. Math and French. Wait, Darren sent me a message.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're so cute. If you can, it would be nice. You know, one day I have to go visit your farm. Like, you have so much work done, so much landscape, so much beauty. I'm sure there's like walking your farm would be amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like that Viking chair, the throne.
Oh, you gotta get it. You gotta get a picture in the throne.
Yes, the Viking throne. And what's that? There's like this accent that he did for the wedding. Uh,
Arbor?
it's like his fence. There's like a fence he did before the wedding.
Like an arbor, maybe, or
No, well, maybe I'm. Anyways, it would be fun to go visit his place
yeah,
and like
it
take
would.
pictures. And well, unless Odin attacks me, or what's the name of the new dog? I forgot. That rescue dog that they
Hey,
adopted.
Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. They adopted a new dog, a sled dog.
Yeah, it's a bigger dog. Yeah,
I forgot her. I think it's a her. What's her name again?
I don't remember.
Oh, I
I
hate
have a
memory.
hard time remembering my own
Banff. Yes,
name.
it's Banff. Is it
Yeah.
Banff or Odin that would attack me? So, well, from what I'm seeing from Odin, he doesn't attack a bunny or does anything that he's supposed to do as a basset hound. Would it be Banff that would attack me? Because she's a sled dog, so I would have to learn how to run.
Yeah.
How are you, Patrick? You missed all the seeds. I was talking about seeds and gardening. So, since I asked you the question, what you're looking most forward to, and then I interrupted you and we sidetracked, what are you looking for? So you said watermelon?
Yeah. I want to try in really good soil. There's an extinct Baker. In fact, I think it comes from Baker Creek. Um, it's an ancient watermelon
Yes, I
that
saw that.
has kind of the squash
Like
curve.
elongated, like it's super
Yeah.
long. Yeah, I've seen it. It's a
And
very rare seeds.
I got one that was big enough that I got a good taste of it, and it was really, really good. But my soil, I've been trying to do the Back to Eden garden to build up my soil, and it just didn't. In 4 years, it hasn't really done it enough. So I'm going to raised bed gardens with the stuff that the dirt that I took out of the pig pen after 3 years of pigs. 2 years ago, I took the top off that and refilled it. And so that's been sitting for 2 years. So it should be safe to put in my garden, God willing.
But there's a
And
temperature test you can do.
right.
There's
But
there's a
after,
thermometer. I don't know if it's just a regular thermometer, but you can take the temperature of your compost, and depending how hot it is or cold it is going to tell you if it's safe or not. I can't remember if it's a
oh,
regular thermometer or if it's a soil. It's probably
I
a
don't know. I
regular
know
one.
they have compost thermometers with real long.
Yeah, like to know how like the deeper end, how warm is it? It's going to give you like a good idea where it is.
Yeah. But after for setting for 2 years, I really don't think there'll be
I doubt it.
any problem with it. Because the worry is when you're dealing with an animal that eats meat that can eat meat, is parasites. So you let it sit for a couple years and it's supposed to
Cook it out.
cook it out and get rid of all the parasites and stuff. Even though I don't feed my pigs meat, they might still get hold of a chipmunk or a squirrel or grubs and stuff like that. It's just being safe.
I look like I have like a concealer on.
I've been noticing I got bags under my
You
eyes.
know,
I don't know
I
if it's
like the
because
sun,
I'm
the way that
tired.
it was positioned. I looked like I had through two, like like I was doing a live stream, like live stream of like putting makeup on, and I just left my triangle of concealer on. No, the bags. I try not to get too close to the cameras because like you can see the
Yeah.
bags under
Yes.
the luggage.
Yeah.
See, look, it's there. Wait, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a triangle. Oh, there it is. There's a triangle.
Yeah.
Wait, right there. Like I
Yeah.
have a triangle of like concealer.
That's why I
No
don't wear
worries.
makeup. It's way too complicated.
I used to sell makeup actually, but like
I don't.
it's too complicated. No worries, Patrick. Banff doesn't like surprises, as apparently if you sleep over, she forgets your gift. I did not forget your Christmas gift, Tracy. I'll have to check if I can get it now.
No worries. No worries.
You didn't
Um,
know that I used to sell makeup?
no.
Okay, so I think Philip was born, so that's about at least 7 years ago. I was approached by an MLM lady to sell mascara. And I was really looking into the whole concept of MLM and being a stay at home mom. Some people make it, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
And the mentality, fake it till you make it, was like their motto.
Mm-hmm.
And I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And like I was applying and I was doing everything they were saying. I was messaging, oh my God, the things that I've done. I'm so sorry. If any of my past customers are watching me, I'm so sorry. They were teaching us stupid things. So
Yeah.
you had to message all your families and friends and strangers about this awesome opportunity. And it was like a failure. So I was wearing makeup and skincare products and eyeshadow and all of that. And I did not feel natural. So I was only selling at the end the skincare and the mascara.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just decided in August of last year just to do my own skincare. So I do my DIY face wash, face oil. The only thing I buy is like certain like splurge. But like now I do my DIY. Like from up far, you guys don't know that like I'm not. But then when I
No,
get
you don't need makeup from what I
well,
see.
I need to figure out how to somewhat get rid of these bags because sleeping is not an option with
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You're in your living room. Just
yeah.
because you get,
So I have to stand up
70,000
straight so you
views.
guys don't see the bags under my eyes.
Well, that's okay. Every once in a while, I forget to put my chin out, and you can see my second and third chin.
Oh yeah, the ripples under.
Yeah.
I have well, I don't have the beard to hide it, so I can't hide it. But there's
I have jowls. These lines come down, and I have jowls.
oh, you
Like
mean the smile lines? This?
well, it's like a bulldog. It's fat here, and you can literally see. I do not look good without a beard. Um, uh, in my opinion, I have a long face, a huge nose. It's been broken 5 times. It's just
I'm not saying I'm complaining. You got that all wrong. I'm saying that the trick for me not to pay attention is to like to go up close. If I stay
yeah,
from
yeah,
afar, I'm perfect. I don't think that my skin I stopped taking care of my skin because when I stopped working, I had to sacrifice so much and skincare, makeup, and like the self care, all of that kind of went cloop.
And
And
tomatoes don't care. Your kids don't care.
yeah,
The things that are
no,
important.
you don't know. Tomatoes want your lashes to be.
Oh my god. Well,
Yeah,
the
my
funny
lashes.
thing is the MLM type business model. The only people who make any money off that are the people at the top.
No, well, there are some of I no longer have contact with them, but there are some that I still see on social media. They
Mhm.
still have like something going on, and they have managed to fake it till they made it.
Oh,
But I find that creates short term it works,
right.
and actually long term hurts more.
Yeah.
So you become this person. I can speak for myself. If you are an MLM and you have succeeded, I'm so happy for you. But I
Mhm.
find that it made my mental health like go down because
Yeah.
like you become this other person because the expression fake it till you make it, you fake being you
Yeah.
to get where you want to be. And for me, now it makes absolutely no sense. It just doesn't make sense because like you're creating a version of yourself to where you want to go. I think that you need to build it for them to come. There
Right.
is that movie of Kevin Costner that he builds
Yeah. Field of Dreams.
field of dreams. He builds a field of baseball and the players came. It's a longer process. Some succeed, the strongest succeeds,
Hmm.
and the one that are less strong either fails or like just quits. But I find that you don't lose yourself in the process and
Yeah.
you stay true to yourself. What you present is yourself, and the longer process actually makes you ask the right questions along the way. So am I where I want to be now? No. Okay, I'm still myself. This is not where I want to go, but I'm going to go in the direction I want to go. But when you fake it till you make it, you're going to push all of the doors, regardless of
Hmm.
what you face. And when you reach the end, some may not have any impact mentally, physically, whatever. Or some wake up and they say, this is really not what I want. This is
Yeah.
not me. And I'm seeing, that was in 2015, I think, or 16 that I joined that company. And most of the ladies, because it's mostly ladies because it's makeup, switched gears. They're still selling it. Most of them are still selling it, but they're doing something else because like they pushed it so much, and that they realize that there's more to that. There's more
Yeah,
to.
and once you get your friends and family all involved, then you have to go out and find new people to sell to. I
Yeah.
was talking with somebody the other day. We were talking about our on-camera personalities. Like when I make a video and I said, "Well, I try to be myself." And he's like, "Okay." And he said, "Watch one of your videos." I do. I talk more upbeat, a little bit louder, a little bit more.
Well, that's a techie part of us.
Right, because I want it to be interesting. I want it to move ahead to the part that they want. And and I want it to, but it's still me, you know.
Well, obviously, if you're doing a recording and you know that 10 videos back, like you edit it and cut back and start it again and press play, press stop, and then you did it again. So, like, you kind of learn along the
Yeah,
way. But that's just techie part of you. Like,
yeah,
if we were not YouTubers, there's certain personality traits that would not come out.
right.
Like,
And but it's still being authentic. You
yes.
know, I'm not. I mean, if someone were to show up here on the homestead, what you see in my videos is what you're going to see, except for behind the camera and the part of the house you don't
Well,
see. That
there's like, it's a glass house, but there's certain things I don't share. Like, I say that I've been in renovations for the last 6 years, but there's certain things I do not want to share. Like, if we were a channel like there was one that they build a house from scratch and like they garden. It's like a home build, homesteading, growing, and like they show their daily lives. We're not that. So my husband works 60 to 70 hours a week and he goes to bed at 6, 7, 8 tops. So, and that's even the weekends. Some weekends, like if he stayed up till 9, he needed to have like an afternoon nap the next day because like he was preparing for work the next day.
yeah,
So if I was that type of channel, the craziness of constructions would be part of my videos. But I
right.
cannot film Fred. He does not want to be filmed. So like right there, wait, there's residue of construction we did yesterday that I need to bring outside. But like
Mhm.
I'm not going to film that because it's not part
Yeah,
of the content I want to share. But ironically, which is super ironic, people would want to see that.
yeah,
From what I understand, they want to know the struggles of my life more sometimes than like me educating them on what tomato plants they need.
yeah, yeah. It the drama element, the oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. There are people that make incredible channels from oh, the FBI showed up at my homestead and said I can't live in my small house. 80 different videos, different titles, but they're all saying the same thing. And I'm like,
You might regret that decision.
yeah, I'm not going to encourage that.
So I kept the secret from like, and I know not many people watch this on replay, so it's only the 8 of you, and I know a couple of you are working, and it's only my sound in the background. But I have 3 channels. 2 you guys know about. 1 I am in the process of building.
OnlyFans?
No, channels.
Oh, channels. Yes, yes, of course.
Okay, so you guys are not going to see my feet on only that's for sure. So I am bilingual. So I have Back to Basics Homestead, which is my main channel, the one that I worked super 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 hard to monetize, and it was a dream of mine. I saw that, Marilyn, and my mom approached me and she says, Annie, you're French, your mother tongue is French. And the number one struggle I had when I started now almost 8 years ago was to find information in French. So I built the channel La Microferme d'Annie, which is a microfarm of Annie, which is what I had here. But knowing the path I had to take to build Back to Basics Homestead, I learned everything in English. So I was filming myself similar content that I've done in English, and I was adapting it to French. And I found myself frustrated because everything in my mind, even though I'm bilingual, was in English. And I had to work 5 times harder mentally to build content in French. And then I burnt out right away from that channel. Like, I think within the first 6 months, I was burnt out of ideas, and I was filming maybe once every couple of weeks, and then almost a year without publishing. And I reached 501 last week. So when Fred announced that he wanted to participate in my channels, he's like, maybe your French channel should be a different vibe. And he's right. Because in French, I just want to be me. Mm-hmm. So I changed the name of my French channel, which is now Vive Simplement avec Annie. So Simple Living with Annie. So instead of like making complex videos, how-tos, I want that to be maybe once a month vlog. And it's instead of like obsessing myself of like doing exactly what's working on my English channel and not feeling natural, authenticity, being myself, I just decided I was going to change the flavor of my French channel and just vlog what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the third one, you know about it. Not many knows about it. So I started studying holistic practices in August of last year after my burnout. And I started doing Reiki. So a Reiki is energy healing. And I started attracting holistic practices to me. And I started feeling myself again. And I went down the path of Reiki level 1. So I'm certified level 1 practitioner. And I don't have a practice. So I don't have customers or patients and all that. So I just practice mainly on myself, meditate, pray, and my kids request at least once a week a treatment. My husband too. And then I decided to do level 2 practitioner. And I now have my degree. And then I got attracted by a woman on Facebook. I rarely get that attraction vibe for women. I don't know why in my teen years, women like burned that bridge on so many levels because I was a hardcore tomboy. But that woman brought me in. And I felt the pull of the way she talked, of the way she moved, the way she explained. And I did her course, which was Aroma Reiki. And now I am certified Aroma Reiki therapist. So it's the Reiki principles, same thing, but you use the aromas. So high quality essential oils. So I'm learning more and more about essential oils. Don't worry, my story will get to my church channel. Sorry. And I learned about crystals. And in one of my meditation, I had a vision of holistic, sharing my holistic journey. And I tried to share it on my main page of Back to Basics Homestead. And some enjoyed it so much that I decided to create Back to Holistic Living. So I now have 2 English. So Back to Basics Homestead, Back to Holistic Living, and Simple Living with Annie, which is in French. But I have no idea how I'm going to make it work. So this appeared to me in visions or like meditation or prayers. Have a nice day. And I have no idea how I'm going to make that work. But I felt that if I was sharing it with my how-to videos and Back to Basics Homestead, it was not like, I don't think Homestead, I don't think YouTube knows what to do with us as homesteaders. Yeah. So I think the bigger channels that are having so much success of like going from fishing to gardening to homesteading to renovating to they've been there for a while, so they don't have problems like succeeding. But I find smaller channels that doesn't have like a niche are having such a hard time. So I'm going back and forth. I've spoken to Darren about this. Darren's like, you should just do one channel. I've spoken to my husband and he's divided. I've spoken to so many of my close friends. They say it makes sense. Some of them says it's going to be a lot of work. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But that is a lot of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reiki is amazing. My best friend is a Reiki master in South Africa. So I am studying Reiki master right now, but I've decided to put a pause on that to focus on my gardening season that's coming up. So now it's just sinking in all the knowledge that I have acquired and like the essential oil part of it, because I did not know that essential oil had so much to offer.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, comfrey, eucalyptus. Like my knowledge is like basic at the moment. Like when I'm
Yeah.
feeling, there is like a couple that I'm using on a daily basis, but like, where is it? So I have cedarwood. I don't know if you guys know what cedarwood is.
Mm-hmm.
So every time like I need to stop, like Arnie, your head's going. Blah, 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 blah. I just like sit down and
Yeah.
smell cedarwood, and obviously I meditate and prayer and all of that, but it just like takes my brain away from the, and then like I just focus on this. Probably if I would just sit down and meditate, I probably would be able to do it. But like the essential oil is just like taking the sense of smell. And there's like something that happens with your sense of smell that heightens. And then you just focus and then you're able to relax and let go. And that 10 minute of like letting go is like so precious. My mind gets a rest that's like almost like a night of sleep. So I'm starting to learn all of these fun stuff. But I find that if I go from essential oils to growing tomatoes, I might talk love language of some of my viewers, but I feel like I don't know. Will I?
It's hard because
Yeah.
you get the homesteading channels. The homesteading encompasses so much that I find that I engage each video that is like gardening videos and then tractor videos and then chicken videos and all that stuff. I'm engaging part of my audience.
Yeah.
But I haven't quite found anything yet where all of my audience is going to be interested in. That's why I have I think I just topped 1,400 subscribers, but I only get like 200 or 300 views for a video.
You're lucky. I barely get to 100.
Well, that's after a month or two.
Oh, well, so if I look at my analytics, so the last 28 days, my let pot video, hydroponics, has 500 views. Then my frozen meal from Lynn's collab, I only have 152. So I only get around 100 average, and I have more subs than you. So that's why I keep saying, and I keep going back to, am I speaking the love language that they want to hear? Obviously, I still want to be me, but I would love to share content that everyone, or mostly everyone, would enjoy. Oh, hello, Tammy.
Let's see. Well, that's 48 hours there. In the last 28 days, I have, oh wow. My my making homemade sugar from beets, is it worth it? Has gotten 1,900 views. But
How's the
that's
watch time from it?
let's see.
I mean, the average watch time from it.
1.2 thousand hours. However, it also says that's 1.2 thousand hours more than usual.
I find that my videos that go, well, my viral. Okay, so we're talking about 0 to 1K. So this would be one of my viral.
That's since published. Hold on.
The more views I have, the less they watch.
Yeah. I
So
have 2,000 views in the last 28 days and then 131.8 views in the last 21 days or 28 days.
I did make a post and a video and a request on multiple times, and like my desk is all over the place right now because I received this weekend 17 people. That's probably why Sunday I was so under the weather and so tired. That's why I didn't do a live. I had like a paper of the ideas you guys wanted. I'm working on that for future reference, but I rarely get more than 100 views and rarely more than 3 minutes. So I'm kind of like in this perpetual questioning phase. Like, is what I'm sending out as content good quality? Okay, so if you have a 10-minute video and they're only watching 1 minute, I'm like, is it me? Is it my face? Is it my content? Is it the fact that I'm not doing all those ninja B-rolls and those close-ups back up and like adding certain things? Is it because my story's not funny? Is it because my face is not pretty? Is it because I'm not showing my feet? So is it because I'm not showing my feet all the time? So anyways, so I have
Free the toes!
free the toes. Yeah, thank Jack for that. So free the toes with the librarian glasses.
Yes.
So I go back and forth every single time I create content. Like I pour my heart out. Like I just don't sit there and film myself and just like, okay, so I'm just gonna do this, I'm just gonna do that. No, like I actually go through thinking, research, and like the thumbnail, and then as soon as I hit publish, I go through like the roller coaster of questioning, and I always ask myself, what am I doing that is not getting me the results I'm expecting? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
But like I make a 30-minute video. I made that once. I think like a 24 video, and the average watch time I think was 1 minute.
Yeah.
That was like one of the worst slap in the face that I got. Like, well, not physical, but like emotional. And I'm trying to create something about me, but also that people would enjoy.
Well, I think we just keep striving to get better.
Yeah.
to just keep. I mean, because there are people with. I know Lynn was mentioning she has the same struggle. She's got 20,000 subscribers now.
Lynn?
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And she was saying, yeah, but my views are nowhere near,
Yeah, I read that. She says her views are higher, but her stats are lower. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. And it's just constantly getting better. You're going to have videos that are going to hit, that are just going to be really cool. You're going to, because as people stumble on your videos, they're like, oh, wow, I'm in the mood for, I want to hear a tractor run.
I was
And
going to say
as it,
something stupid and continue.
what?
I was going to say something stupid, but continue.
No, no, no. Say,
I want to see Free of the Toes.
free the toes. I can't. It's funny because I really can't stand feet, but there are people that just love feet. Wendy used to have me rub her feet for her all the time, and it just drove me nuts. It was just pure love the reason I did it because I just can't stand feet. That and clipping her toenails, but it's just depending on what it's. I find it when I watch videos right now. Um, I'm into a topic that we don't mention on YouTube, and um, I'm all about that, and so I'm trying to kind of integrate that into some of my videos. Like I'll do the chores, and then I'll walk by my range,
Yeah.
and if that gives you a hint as to what it is,
Yes, yes, yes.
and I'll play there for a couple minutes, and that gets into the video. And I found out that if I put it on education or entertainment, they let it through a lot more.
I'm doing some shifts, like some of my videos where I can. Instead of doing vlogs and people, I do instead of doing vlogs and people, I do education.
Yeah.
Well, it's only been like 2-3 videos, so I don't know.
And then when you tell them when you monetize and you answer honestly, say, hey, yes, this is in my content, but it's done in a good way, that they appreciate your honesty.
Well, I try to stay as far away as possible of hot subjects.
Yeah.
There's a reasoning behind that. I don't have the mental capacity, the patience, and the tolerance to have comments about a hot subject. So if everyone's entitled to have an opinion.
Yep.
But the fact that I have an opinion on something, you have a right to respect me on my opinion.
Absolutely.
But on social media these days, the warmer the subject, the more views you'll have, but the more trolling you'll have.
Yeah.
And I don't have the capacity to tolerance for that. Like, I went so dark in last year that the news, I wouldn't even listen to the news. Someone would talk about the news or someone actually mention the news, I would walk away. Like, I was not even able to deal with anything negative last year. Like, obviously I dealt with my children, but like,
Yeah, but your children aren't negative. Even when they're being negative,
no,
they're
well,
not negative.
I was going, like, most of the stuff I was going through, it was also caused by certain changes my kids were going to go through. So the change of school, the change of public transport, the stress around it, the stress about having 3 schools, 3 kids, instead of having one school with 3 kids. Like, it was 3 different transports, 3 different times, 3 to 3, like, it was like so much. And I was already in darkness when all of that was happening. I was just in denial. Yeah. But like, going through September, with all that was going on in my head, plus the kids, and then they would have a problem that was this big, but for me, it was not this big. It was this big because I couldn't handle it. I was in a position where I had to say, I can't do this right now. Like, just give me a minute and I'll be right back. So adding news, adding anything else, that my glass was already like tipped full. So everything that was like adding to my glass, I was like, nope. Like, I was protecting my overflowing glass already. So news,
and you got to do that.
Hot subjects, politics, religion, everything that was like conspiracy, social media. My daughter was so upset with me because every time you were on social media, it was either book reviews, recipes, chickens, animal, farm chore, gardening, tomatoes, and seeds. She's like, where's the other stuff? I'm like, well, because I've been watching like only like friendly content for my brain,
Yeah.
that this is what you're getting. she
Yeah.
she wanted like the TikToks and the dancing and all of that. I'm like, nope, I
Well,
protected my brain.
yeah, and it's hard this year. I am really trying. I am very conservative and very opinionated. If that if those two go together, and it's an election year, and I am so trying for myself to become the gray man in the background.
Well, you can
You
have an opinion at home.
right, and I have friends that have the exact opposite. If you could go 180 degrees from my opinions, that's them.
Yeah, but
And
there's an actor that said this. I don't know if it's Morgan Freeman. It's okay to have an opinion, but it's also
yeah,
okay to learn to disagree and be respectful.
absolutely. They have a right to their opinion. And I'm trying to stay away from the negativity
Because they
and
impose their ideology on you.
well,
That's
yeah.
the hardest part, I find. Like the imposing, like they're trying to change you on the darker side or of
And the
you.
thing is a lot of these people, especially friends that I know, they they're genuinely good people. I know these people, but they just hold a different view than I do. And I don't understand it, how they can be who they are and still have this view. I mean, it's an basically they're off-grid homesteaders. And they are I'm very conservative and they are very liberal. I'm very uh um uh, constitutional republic. They're very socialist, and I don't understand where they're coming from, but we both understand that we each have our right to feel the way we feel and to think the way we think.
But there's
uh
there's also the fact that the two of you have different lives.
yeah,
So as there's things that, like as homesteaders, we're homesteaders on a boat. We're all homesteaders. So
hmm,
so homesteading, we're doing it not for the same reasons, but like homesteader brought us together. But as
right,
an individual will go through life very easily and will have an easier upbringing and will have easy at school. Would have married, have kids, no complication, like big complication. But then you'll have another person that went through hell
yeah,
from upbringing to college to life, divorce, kids, blah, 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 death, whatever. And you bring those two individuals in that boat. Both of them are homesteaders. They're brought together because of homesteaders lifestyle. But since they're two individual that are different, they'll have different opinions.
yeah,
One will have trust issues for sure, because life was so mean to her or him. And then the other one will like trust easily because life was great to that person.
yeah,
So it kind of creates and forge two different thinking. And actually politics, religion, or any hot subjects, you have different opinions because of the way that you were brought up and the life you had.
yeah. And the thing is those hot and warm subjects, you're going to get you're going to draw on people's passion, so there'll be better performing videos. Now when I get negative comments, I usually don't get a whole lot of negative comments because I find that people who follow my channel are subject oriented. um, but I basically, if somebody says, Tracy, you're an idiot, I say, well, okay, thanks for watching. Because I respond to every comment,
Me
which
too.
means Remy's going to go through my whole catalog of videos and comment on every video. You said you respond to every comment. Uh, but
Is that a challenge?
yeah, right. Um, but but even if it's just a hey, thanks for watching, because I understand they took time out of their day to watch my content. They disagree with me, and that is
Yeah,
okay.
Darren said the trolls are the best.
Yeah.
Because they watch you from like the beginning to the end, and they want to tell you how wrong you are.
And then when they do it in the comments and stuff, it's hilarious because they don't realize that, okay, they comment and then somebody comes in to defend me or
Yeah, I had
or
that on my friend's channel. There's a lady that said, "Can we see something else than your face?" I was doing a garden tour. So I was pretty new at gardening tours. I think it was like one of my first ones. So maybe I was like orienting less the camera to the vegetable and more to
yeah.
my face. But then I had viewers that like on their white horse and their like armor. Come on.
Leave her alone.
Leave
What they
her
don't
alone.
understand is that is interaction
Yeah.
on your video, which YouTube loves. But sure, you want to see something other than my face? This is my elbow.
Yeah. Okay, let me get back on comments before
Sorry.
I get lost track. Content is so hard. Sometimes you put heart and soul into a video and get no views. Sometimes videos that you are do last minute with less planning just so well. I didn't have that. I pour my heart and soul on every of my videos other than shorts. I remember when I started 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I lost track. I think it was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
My first video had like 5 views, 10 views, and it was like I was expecting like boom, 100 views at least, you know.
I remember when I first started, you know how you got on your dashboard, you've got the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because in 48 hours, I got 24 views. I'm like, my goal is to hit 48 views in 48 hours. And now I'm like, 500 views in 48 hours. Come on, people.
My train short has 989. My canning videos average 130. And you have 10K subs.
Yeah.
I think she reached it. Okay, so more views and watching less is where I fear clickbait. Well, I don't have clickbait content.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in my bikini or naked from the up and like taking a picture of my back in my garden. I don't do
Oh,
that.
yeah. When I became a member of your channel, I kept clicking on that button that says see perks.
See perks, yeah, you're gonna see my toes. No, totally.
Yeah, that's it.
Um, in my darkest moments, I said things that obviously was like out of anger and probably like sadness. I was like, what, do I have to show boobies to actually
Right.
get views?
Well, the problem is there is a channel that they have awesome content. I really enjoy their content, but the video, the thumbnail, it's a good thumbnail, but the title is the ATF showed up at my house today, and or the government says my well, I can't drink from my well, and then that has nothing to do with the content. But you got to watch the content to find out what the video is really about. And that
Oh,
I won't,
mm-mm.
I don't watch their
No,
videos
no.
because of that.
I go, and this is my thinking. I go on YouTube for like I would say two main reasons. The first one is entertainment.
Mhm.
Like I sadly I am not able to travel for many reasons. Money being one. Two, no one's going to take care of the farm while I'm gone.
Mhm.
And if I want to travel, I would have to leave either the kids behind or like only bring one and leave my husband behind. And that just breaks my heart.
Yeah.
So entertaining, like I go and I watch these. I have a couple of channels I watch, and then educational. So if I'm on YouTube and it's not educational or it's not inspirational entertainment, or I click and like you expect having a how-to video to, I don't know, figure out how to set up a camera, and then I see like nothing to do on the camera that I'm requesting. Like that just drives me mad. The other day I was looking for how to, I can't remember was the how to. So I literally wrote how to what I was looking for with this camera model.
Mm-hmm.
And the title has exactly what I'm looking for, and I clicked on it, and the freaking video is not what I wanted. I was like, I'm
Right?
so pissed. I'm like, why did you do that? Like, why are you wasting my time? Like, you write how to what I wanted, and exactly, it was exactly word for word what I was looking for with the actual camera model, but it was not that camera model.
Yeah.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she mixed up or he mixed up. You know, it is possible, but it was an older video. It was at least 1 year old. So if it was a day old, sometimes I did do that in the first, like I had 2 videos and like I kind of like crisscrossed,
Yeah.
but it was an older videos. It's stupid. I shouldn't be pissed off at that. But like it took me like 2-3 minutes to realize that it was not the right model.
Yeah.
And like the person had millions of views. It's just like one of the things that happened to me. But it's like,
because once you're monetized, subscribers, I'm very appreciative of all my subscribers. It's the view count that really helps once you're monetized.
well, it's view and time. I'm actually in the danger zone. When I got monetized, I reached my 4,000 hours. I am now in a danger zone. I no longer have 4,000 watch hours because I have the views, but I don't have the time. So I might lose my monetization. I was monetized March 6th. So March 6th, if I don't have the 4,000 hours, I probably will lose my monetization.
How close are you?
Not close at all.
Okay. So everybody start watching Annie's content. We got to keep her monetized. She's got babies to feed and a conference to go to.
Yes. Like I saw that the other day. I was like, I have 3,500 subscribers. I have over 400 videos. I poured my heart and soul for all of you guys. And well, now I no longer take it personally. Now it's like I create content. Whoever benefits from it, great. If it's one person, woohoo. If it's 100 person, awesome. If it's 1K, even better. But I saw that and I just, it was kind of a slap in the face. Kind of.
Well, yeah, it's hard. I got to admit, I have a hard time watching all my friends' videos.
Yeah. I used to be able to watch all of you guys.
And
Now I can't. It's impossible. Like
well,
we're like 15, I think, 15 of us, 20 of us, homesteader community. That's why I invite you guys on lives so that I can catch up with you guys because I cannot follow everything that's going on in everyone's garden. It's like literally impossible for me. I have my children, my farm, my animals, my house, everything that's going on, the education I do, the homework, the meals and all of that. And I could, but then that would mean I would no longer have that 2 hours I have set aside for myself every night to relax and like self-care
and
and
that's important.
read. That's like really important for me. So like the chats that we have, like we have the group, the Canadian YouTube group, we have the private chat. That's why I'm not on it because like I can't keep up. Yeah. I can't keep up with the conversation. I can't keep up with everyone. So I want to have like a live conversation with you guys in like personal messages. That's why sometimes when I have something specific to ask, I go directly to you instead of like trying to figure out who's saying what.
Yeah, and it's hard. Sometimes Remy got sneaky, and he started putting code words in his videos for me. Because I say, yeah, okay, I can't make it to your live stream, but I'll watch it in the replay. And I get like 3/4 way through the video, and he'll say, Tracy, your code word is bunny wabbit.
He's
mean. And so then
he wants to make sure you're watching.
Yeah. Well, I want to be a man of my word, and that's accountability, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. If I can't make it, I will, like last week I missed the podcast recording.
Yeah.
And I felt like crap saying that I was not assisting, but I actually went to bed like I think it's 8 that night, and I don't regret not going because I was able to say no and like rest. And same thing Sunday. I probably could have done the live, but like right now I'm at 3 hours and 5 minutes. I would never in a million years on Sunday would have been able to last more than an hour.
No. And with the podcast, that is one of the great things about I think there are 6 of us.
7. I lost
7,
track.
Yeah, 6 or 7 of us. And if we all show up at once on every one, then for a lot of it, a couple of us are going to be sitting in the background, which is fine. And not interacting as much, but it's like a couple weeks ago. Well, you weren't able to be there last Tuesday.
No, I wasn't.
When we record, and Marty Lynn, it was on Bunnies, I think it was, and Marty Lynn was very able to be she actually spoke more on
Bunnies
on that podcast than I have heard her speak, because she doesn't speak on her videos either.
No, she writes because it's bilingual.
Yeah.
You could learn French if you watch all of her videos.
I probably could, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This will stay.
And then there was one
imprinted in my
fornication.
Fornication.
Fornication. I'm gonna look that up.
It's fornication.
Yeah, I know.
I tried to tell the joke to friends, like, They were like, what are you talking about? You have to do the mouth and the eyes. And the mascara. Did you try the mascara?
No, I didn't. Wendy's got well, I say Wendy's got some. I have some of her mascara. It's probably a solid.
I can't remember if it was you or Darren. I'm like, try it. Like, try to put mascara on with your mouth closed and tell me if you can.
Well, it's funny because every time somebody freezes, it doesn't freeze when you're just sitting like this.
No, it freezes like
It freezes when you're like
in the worst position or in the worst. It's like, come on, at least show me on my good side, not on my bad side.
Well, and this drives me. See how my beard is kind of toughing out right here? That drives me nuts. That's why I keep wiping my face. I'm trying to pack down my beard.
So Darren pulls.
Yeah, Darren pulls.
So personal appearance and tone does affect views, but being worried about not looking good enough isn't a good idea. Well, now I've accepted what I look like. This is what I am. Au naturel. You like it or you don't. I couldn't care less.
I remember when people used to dress up to go grocery shopping.
Oh God.
And now
no. Yeah, true.
You're happy when people wear pajama pants to Walmart.
So there's something that I have read in my journey. So when I go out the house, I'm not like on my, I'm going down and doing my hair, doing my nails. No, I don't do that. But I try to make an effort to be presentable.
Yes.
And everyone goes, it actually is good for your mental health. So so if my pants are dirty and I'm going to Rona or like hardware store, I'm not going to worry because I'm going to go to the Rona and come back and finish what I'm doing. But if I'm going to the grocery store, like I try to brush my hair, dress up. I'm not going to an event. Like at least, I'll put a nice pair of jeans. And it makes you feel good because you've taken that one more minute to wipe up the, what do you call it? When you brush your teeth.
Oh, toothpaste.
Sorry, that could have been wrong. When you brush your teeth and you have toothpaste all over your mouth and you go in the grocery store with white around.
Yeah. Oh,
So I
goodness.
tried to at least be somewhat presentable, not for the others, but
But to
myself.
make yourself, well, I I've been recently keeping in mind that, I'll like brush my hair, and I'll and actually put on good clothes when I go grocery shopping and stuff, because it's been 3 years since Wendy left. My wife, for those of you who don't know, left me for another man. His name is Jesus. She
Yeah,
passed away a couple
passed
years,
away
3 years ago,
two, three.
in 20 December of 2021.
So 3 years ago.
And so I've just recently come to the conclusion I'm single. So my appearance has started. I actually bought beard products,
Look at
shampoo for my
you.
beard, conditioner for my beard, which, okay, I cheat and use it on my whole head, but and then the
Cheater.
oil. Um
Sorry.
but no. But then the oil and the beard butter and stuff like that. But I've started to say, hey, I'm single. I have to, just in case one day.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know when you're gonna crash carts with somebody. I told my pastor his goal for 2024 is to get more single women of the appropriate age for me to date in the church. He says, Tracy, he says, I just want people in the church. I don't care their gender or whatever. I just want people in the church. I
True.
said, yes, but single females,
It would be nice.
30ish
Would be
and
nice.
above. Yes, that would be nice.
Well, I don't think, obviously we are getting older, but I remember when I met Fred, uh, he was older than me.
Mm-hmm.
And we got married on his 40th anniversary. So,
On his 40th birthday.
yes, 40th birthday. Sorry. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And I was 28. So, yes, okay, obviously we were younger, but he was 40. So you never know when it's going to happen. Like, he thought it was finished for him, and we met. It's actually very random how we met. Is he came to an interview, and I was the receptionist.
Okay. Wendy, that's how Wendy and I met. She was 9 years older than me, and I went to an interview for a job, and she is the one that hired me. And
No, I
she
was not
was
doing the hiring. I was
okay.
just the first lady. Like,
But
when you walk in the office, I was the lady that was there.
and she was actually my direct supervisor. In
Ooh la
fact,
la.
when we started dating, her boss, Link Lindig, made her fire me
Yeah,
just
I
to see if
remember
I
you
would.
said that on a previous live.
But yeah, he scored the receptionist. Yeah. But see, looking back on it now, I won't date anyone that is below. I would prefer 45 or
Yeah.
above, because Wendy, just that 9 years, I knew that she was probably going to pass before me. Had no idea it would be so soon before
Yeah.
me. But
Like, you want to enjoy.
yeah, and I don't want to put them through that. I don't want them
Yeah.
to.
But, like, love doesn't choose.
Yeah, that's true.
Love doesn't choose. Like, Fred fought for me so much. I was like, you're 12 years older than me. Like, do you realize what that means?
Yeah,
And
that you have daddy issues that you can reconcile.
no. So we met. I was younger. Like, it took a while for me to actually say yes to a first date. He worked freaking hard for that first date. And at one point, I just, you know what? I'm just going to go. Worst
Yeah,
case scenario, it's going to be a free meal.
yeah, free meal, get him off my back if he doesn't like me.
Yeah. And then our first date, of all the places in the world, he brought me to Costco. Okay, so little backstory again. So I've never been to Costco. I never was. My parents didn't believe in Costco. Never wanted to shop at Costco. And he had a Costco card, and I can't remember how the subject arrived. I'm like, I would love to go to Costco because it's bulk items. Like,
Yeah.
I was living with my roommate at the time that was called Fred also. It's very funny. So he's like, well, I'll bring you to Costco. So I'm like, that's a weird first date. So he brought me to Costco. And another funny story, my roommate was called Fred. I married a Fred, and my coworker, direct coworker, is also called Fred.
What is it with you and
I don't know.
friends?
So I lived for 3 years with my roommate, moved in with my husband, well, fiance at the time. And just before, after, anyways, doesn't matter. So we hired someone because we worked at the same place in those years. And the guy that comes in, he says, my name's Fred. I'm like, for sake, come on, another Fred. So my boss one day, he's like, hey, look, if ever you want to cheat, all you have to do is cheat with the Fred. I'm like, come on. He's like, you'll never get mixed up. Your Fred's all over your life. I'm like, that's an awesome. No, I'm not going to go in that direction.
No.
There's too many Freds, too many Freds. That's why none of my kids are called Fred. I'm like, I had too many Freds in my life.
Right? If you can't win a woman over with a massive block of cheese from Costco,
Okay, I'm gonna catch up on comment. That's funny. Personal appearance. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I resist giving opinions on things I know little about. Me too. That includes the news. Someone once told me my opinions are like, everyone has one, and it's true.
and they all smell different.
Yes, I have a lot of opinions. Some of them are even right. That's exactly it. Imposing it. Okay, I'm really behind. Trolls are the best viewers because they watch every video and yeah, true. Well, if you had a bikini on and no. Mm-mm.
A for effort, though, Remy.
Yeah, so something like, I don't know if everyone, there's two ways when you go to darkness. You either stop eating or you overeat. I gained so much weight. It's ridiculous. I'm actually, if you look at my numbers and health-wise, I need to lose weight. A lot of it. So I will not wear a bikini because that will not help my mental health. It would only remind me of all the weight that I've put on. I don't mind wearing leggings. I know you don't like leggings. You said they're illegal.
Well, the
but no bikini.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
It's like I don't like them because I like them so much.
Okay, so it's a love-hate situation.
Yeah, it draws my eyes. And
okay, so Rebel Canner, Tammy, if you are not a subscriber, she's like super close to 10K. That would be awesome.
Yes, let's get her there.
So many comments I can make, but working too hard right now. I know, Darren, you're probably burning to say comments. I'm so sorry. Not sorry. Wait, what? You can lose? Yes, I think so. I've read somewhere that you can.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know I am an active account, so maybe because I post, I will not be impacted. But I really need a lot to maintain that 4,000. And there's like 15 days left. And it's like a massive amount of hours. So I'm actually back lower than where I was when you guys helped me run for monetization.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Subscribers aren't as good as views. You're absolutely right. If your watch time drops below threshold, yes. I often run Plenzes in the background when doing something else. Yeah, it does. I do that now. So once a day when I'm not on my computer or studying, I actually put someone's playlist and I comment and listen. And
I'll be right back.
No worries. You didn't give me the last code. So Tracy, are you there? I'll wait that he comes back.
I'm here.
So you missed the last code, Remy says.
Yeah. And that's the one I told him that I couldn't make it.
So you missed the time when Marilyn is talking. My beard comes in handy. I wonder why. Cut the hair that sticks off.
Yes, I do. I do trim it, but it's like this morning I just ran a brush through it real quick, but from sleeping on it, yeah, I didn't take a shower this morning.
My sister met her boyfriend at the grocery store. You never know, you know. Okay, so I wasn't officially the receptionist. So my title was office assistant, but like that was on paper. I was doing everything and nothing. The only thing I think I was not doing was cleaning the bathrooms. But yes, and I was not wearing glasses when I met him. I was lucky enough to be able to wear eye contacts. Now I can no longer wear contacts, so that's why you guys see me wearing glasses. But it's funny, I am getting older and my vision from close is actually making me nauseous when I wear glasses for close visions. So I don't need, what do you call it, focals? Or anyways, I don't need the close up just yet. But like right now, if I would wear my glasses, it would make me nauseous because my glasses are only from afar and my vision from close is like throwing everything off. So that's why when I'm talking to you guys or filming myself, I no longer wear glasses. But because I am doing it on a camera now, that's why you're going to see me wearing glasses more often, because I cannot see the little like the little, what do you call it? The screen. I cannot see myself on the screen anymore. I'm all blurry. So that's why now I'm starting to wear my glasses in the videos I will film, because I need to see myself if I'm centered in that little digital screen. Better to have loved and lost and never have loved. That's deep, but that's so true. If you can't win a woman over a massive block of cheese from Costco, he would bring me often to Costco, so I guess so. If you cheese is the perfect bait. Yes, cheese. Cheese gets me every time. Is it Gouda? Then I'm interested. So okay, so I can't see. That's us.
Yeah.
Hi. I have really my phone on.
So if you hear an echo, let me know, but it doesn't count if it's muted. So I got it really low on the TV. So we'll get you some watch time.
Thank you. Doesn't cost you anything.
No.
So what would be my favorite cheese? Let me think. So Gouda's nice. I love Gouda.
Munster.
Munster's nice. I love Munster. Like that little green in the middle. Like that's nice. There was one that's from France that I really enjoy. And everyone's gonna go, no, Reblochon. Let me write it. Reblochon. That's a cheese that my dad used to bring. I don't think we're allowed to have it in Quebec anymore because I think it's raw milk. There's another one. Wait, Grat.
What's the one my dad used to love all the time? Limburger.
That one I don't know.
It stinks.
There's one that's Jersey. No, is it Jersey? So Reblochon is one. Grat pie is another. Munster is one.
Blue cheese I like on
there was one that was hold on. Let me get the names. I'm trying to remember the name. So Reblochon. Morbier. Hey. Morbier. It's all French. Sorry.
I do that in Walmart, Tammy. I go
I
through and
am
put my
at my
channel
son's
on.
college now. They have a bank of computers when I get up. I will set. Thank you. You're awesome. Might interest it. Never know. I might pick up a couple of viewers or
Yeah.
subs. So, okay. So Marbier is a semi-soft cheese that looks like this.
Ooh.
Hold on. It's one of my
What's that?
favorite.
What's the green going through it?
That's the it's blue.
Oh, blue.
It's like a soft cheese that has blue in the middle. So Morbier, Reblochon, Gratte Paille, and there's a fourth that I really, really loved. The Moonster smelled like a lot, and I
I
had that was a
love it.
hard to get used to. But there's one that's Jersey. No,
More bear. Blueberry.
no, it's not Jersey. It's a cheese from Jalsberg. Jalsberg. Hold on. You can get it at Costco. Sorry, I had to say it. That's where I'm. This one.
Swiss?
It's a
No.
little bit swift. Hold on a minute. Here.
Northumberland, welcome. Okay.
Can you see
Cool.
it?
Yeah.
And another one is a Quebec variety. It's the Oka Artisan.
Yeah. My dad always told me once you get past the smell, the Limburger was good. I could never get past the smell because it tasted like it smelt to me.
Well, Moonster was definitely a hard one for me. Morbier also, because like Morbier was one of the first blue I tasted, and I would eat the top, the bottom, and remove. I think it's ashes that's in the middle. I'm not sure. There's one. I'm kind of shy to say the name because it's goat cheese.
Oh, feta.
No, well, feta I enjoy, but it's actually a bad word in French. So this backstory to it is that they hid this cheese from, I don't know if it was the government or the king or whatever, in piles of
Dung?
and it's called crottin. Crottin means poop. It was
They put wax around it first, right? Or something.
no, they put it near it. It was like it was
Oh.
wrapped and everything, but it was wrapped.
Oh, so that they couldn't smell it and say, "Hey, there's some cheese over there."
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a story or if it's true. The cheese gratte pie, they hid it in bales of hay because pie is hay. But those are all like probably folklore story based on actual stories. So I don't know which one is true, which one is not. But it's all French cheese that I tasted when I was young, and
It's
now
hard. I was watching a podcast yesterday, Black Rifle Coffee podcast, and this Navy SEAL, he was a Navy SEAL, but he came from Poland back when Poland was socialist. And some of the things that they did, like they had towers up. I don't want to give Canada any ideas. They're getting close, but they had towers up that would transmit this woo 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 woo, this like drumming over the radio frequencies for the BBC and the capitalist countries, so that if you wanted to listen to the radio, you would have to turn it way up so you could hear the speaking over the tower. And so it was really dangerous. You had to turn it way up, and if you had a neighbor that turned you in, you would go to jail for being a capitalist.
Ooh. Okay, let me catch up. I'm not going to do it again. So Gouda, I know Gouda's good.
Of course, it's Gouda.
I'm a big fan of blue brie. I've never tasted that. One of the favorite way to to have blue cheese. I have a hard time just eating it like that. Fred did something once. It was in his burgers.
Mm.
So we would prepare the burgers, cook the burgers, and instead of putting that orange slice of cheese, he would put like many layers of blue, and then leave it in on the meatball, the hamburger meat, and then let it melt, and then we would prepare our our burgers. And then he's French on his father's side, so he kind of has like weird things for us for Quebecers. He mixed blue cheese with butter, and he makes like a paste with it, and he put it on a crispy baguette. It's awesome.
That does sound good.
It
Now,
like butter, blue. It's kind of hard to go wrong, but
when I think of blue cheese, I think of the blue cheese it's like a dressing.
Gorgon. Yeah, there's one dressing, I'm saying it wrong. Gorgonzola dressing. That's good. Okay, I'm doing it again. I'm talking about food. CR has to pop in because I'm talking about food. Yes, we can. Okay, so I remember there was like this big thing that happened, like I think in the 90s with raw milk. I didn't know that it was okay. No to the stinky feet cheese. Yeah, Munster is a very stinky cheese. Bleu Brie from Fromagerie Alexandre. Alexis de Portneuf has a lot of good cheese, but I've never seen that one. I'm curious. Bleu Brie. Alexis de Portneuf.
There is a Tammy. There is a YouTube channel. I forget the name of it, but she has a recipe. She makes her own baguettes.
Really?
Yeah.
I made a French baguette
Back
video.
to something.
Back to something.
Yeah, back to something.
I actually made a ciabatta recipe and a French baguette, and it's a soft one, not a crunchy one, because my kids don't like the in their bread. I'm the only one that likes real French baguettes. But anyways, we'll cross the bridge one day when we get there. One day I'll make very extra crispy baguettes. Yes, definitely. Cheese. We're sounding like Homer Simpson with beer.
I was just thinking that.
Beer. I love cheese, but I can't. I know. I'm finally able to take a break.
Nice.
Enjoy. Phone is ringing and I'm letting it go. You're being, what do you call it? You're being a rebel. I hope it's not your wife. You're not supposed to near your wife or your mom.
Yes, you always got to answer for your wife or your mom.
I can't get a real baguette here, but that's butter and blue cheese breads. Oh yeah, it does. Like it really is. It's like we leave the butter on the counter, make it like super soft. We leave the cheese on the counter, super soft, and we mix everything. It's like so delicious.
Well, those are the real ones that she makes, I believe, the baguette that you make.
Yeah, but the flour I use is the bread flour. But okay, so there's French baguettes, which is the soft ones. I made a video about that. But the one I really want is the artisan one, like the crispy one. Like Fred calls them the teeth beaters.
Right?
I just realized something. We're almost going for 4 hours long.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you guys did not have something to do. I did. But I'm having so much fun.
I actually do have to let my chickens out here soon.
Because I just realized it's 11:39. We could go on. So I started with coffee, seeds, educational, French, English, math, tips on tricks on how to save seeds, cheese. Did I lose track on something? Oh yeah, how I met Fred, the receptionist. Yeah. Free of the toes.
Free of the toes.
Well, I had a blast. If you have chores to do, I think I'm going to keep this on Tuesday morning, unless someone does this, because I can have like more time. Obviously, chores are getting neglected right now, but I can have to step away for a while here too, guys. Thanks for. No, I had so much fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
So whoever's here is Tuesday a good morning to have alive. Have a great day too. So 8:00 Monday morning, coffee and whatever. And then we'll see. We'll see what people say. And then I'm actually starving right now.
Yeah.
And I have blue in the fridge. Tuesday morning is fine. Okay, so I might change up, like maybe see any morning works. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Well, I thank everyone for popping in and have a wonderful afternoon because it's almost 12. Bye.
See y'all later.